Well, smack dab in it. Hey, tomorrow, it goes away. On the freedom, just might come away.
So in this particular example, if a mother is in labor, I can tell you exactly what would happen. The infant would be delivered. The infant would be kept comfortable. The infant would be resuscitated if that's what the mother and the family desired. And then a discussion would ensue between the physicians and the mother. So I think this was really blown out of proportion. But again, we want the government not to be involved in these types of decisions. We want the decision to be made by the mothers and their providers. And this is why, Julie, that legislators, most of whom are men, by the way, shouldn't be telling a woman what she should and shouldn't be doing with her body.
Want to get it off your chest? Call the Dave Weinbaum Show. Except for ourselves, we don't suffer fools here. Want politics and fun sprinkled with a lot of laughs? You're in the right place. Heard in 50 states and 98 countries, now in its 11th year. The Dave Weinbaum Show is on the air. Governor Northam of Virginia, or as I think of him, Dr. Death, doubling down on his and the Democratic Party murders as many babies as they can now and in the future under the fraudulent claim that a mother and doctor should have their choice up to and beyond a baby's birth. Even if an abortion is botched and the baby lives, they can legally murder a living, breathing, viable human being. This is North Korean stuff. They don't even have this in Latin America. And they'll do this as long as they keep it comfy. That is the aborted baby that still lives. Until they decide between themselves whether or not to murder him or her. But federal law cites that when a pregnant woman is murdered, it's a double homicide. The Dems are proud of their infanticide on their race to hell. Here's the irony. The reason given in most cases for a woman's abortion is her right to her own body and reproductive system. Well, one half of those murdered babies are female, who have their own bodies and reproductive rights, and their future generations of other baby women who will go on and on and on. And those are all killed along with that baby. Because of the Dems' war on baby women, I would like for God, I pray to God, that the Dems' war is handled like this. Take those grown male and otherwise cretins like Cuomo and Northam and Elisa Milano and others and put them back in their mother's womb. Only let them overhear and understand a discussion leading to their death before full term or after. Give them a chance to scream and holler their pleas for God's mercy. And then bring them back to life here. And let's see what they do. Later on in the show, I will have one of the few failed abortion victims who is still alive, living a marvelous life. She was on the show 2 months ago. Her name is Melissa Oden. Does this piss you off? It sure does me. Call the show, 573-364-4433. Get it off your chest. And there's our first caller. I have no idea who this is. Hi there. Welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show, JJ. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Well, this is JJ from Rolla, Missouri.
What a shocker.
Sounds like the abortion question has got you pretty worked up.
Yeah, doesn't it? I mean, this is archaic. This is amazingly cruel. It's not just a baby in a womb now. It's the baby outside the womb breathing and living, and they're going to kill it?
As usual, I agree with you.
All
I
right.
think we ought to go a little further than what you suggested. Instead of sending them back to the womb, why don't we send them straight to hell and avoid the womb?
Well, that's, I think they're on their way. But I don't have an answer for it because they're doing this now. They tried it they celebrated this in New York State under Cuomo. They lit up the World Trade One building pink and cheered and gave them standing ovations for this. It has so much support in some areas, and yet other states are going the other way. Getting
it's
pro-life.
Sodom and Gomorrah.
You know what Cuomo said, JJ, in regards to pro-lifers? He says there's no place in New York State for pro-lifers. Well, bring them to Missouri, for goodness sakes. You know what? Let them learn the Missouri accent like I did, because I'm from Chicago, and people can't tell where I'm from now because I've adapted to Missouri, and that talk and the Chicago talk has melded me into a person that can't be identified by his voice.
Welcome to the land of the hillbillies, and I'm proud you're here.
Yeah, well, they call me a Jewbilly. So
they're leaving New York in droves anyway, aren't they?
Well, they are. Yes, they are.
California also.
Well, yeah. I mean,
can you blame them?
Heck
I'd run
no.
away from that too.
Yeah.
it is.
Well, I got something for you here, Dave.
All right, let's hear. Do you have your tinfoil hat on?
No, actually, it's still in the wash. Those don't wash all that well.
Especially, you might get electrocuted if you get it, wet and put it next to the electrical appliance.
It's kind of ratty. I'll have it working by next
All right.
week. But,
All right.
I'll tell you, our liberal Congress has really got me kind of worked up this morning. There's a little thing called House Resolution 820, 821, 822. These three little abominations are sponsored by a lady named Carolyn Maloney. She's a Democrat from New York and clearly a lib. And, I'm kind of a Second Amendment guy. And 820 supposedly closes the gun show loophole. 821 holds national agency background checks for 90 days instead of 24. 822 will require liability insurance for everybody that owns a gun. Now, do I think these are going to go anywhere? No. They might actually make it out of committee and get a vote in the House, but they've got not a chance in the Senate. What jacks me up about these so badly is we're beginning to see the gun control agenda get ginned up. These people have at least 2 years to take this thing to a fever pitch. And my suggestion is this. Anybody who believes in the Second Amendment get that pen and paper out and write your representative and say, I will absolutely have none of this. You make sure this dies a quiet death.
And JJ, here's the hypocrisy of this. I've got Laura Loomer, fresh out of jail, on my show today, and she talks about, she jumped over the fence of Governor Gavin Newsom, who is Nancy Pelosi's nephew out in California, and she said not only is he sanctuary state proud, but he's anti-gun, and yet she was accosted by all these police and all these other, state police and things like that, and guess what they had on? They had guns on, and they were protecting the governor's mansion. And she has very nice things to say about the police. She understands thoroughly. They understand thoroughly what she was talking about, but they had to arrest her. So
I understand.
So she called me on her cell phone. Get that? Cell phone? Jail? All right, never mind.
Oh, yeah, of course.
It didn't work right away on her either.
I happily share a cell with her. That'd be good.
She said she was in with a bunch of overdosed people, probably people that got the drugs from Mexico, who got through the fences. Right. So
and it all comes full circle, doesn't it?
Yeah. There it is.
Full circle.
There it is. So she'll be on the show talking about that. JJ, thank you so much for being the official opening act on the Dave Weinbaum Show. Thank you.
God bless you, Dave.
God bless you, sir. All right, you too. All right, it's time for our first break, but I want you to. Are you pissed off? Does this tick you off? I want you to call 573-364-4433 and get it off your chest.
When it comes to making travel plans, Trips and More Travel Agency of Rolla has skilled agents to help you plan that perfect getaway. With over 27 years of combined experience, the agents are dedicated to providing you the highest quality of customer service, specializing in custom travel, family vacation, and destination weddings. Trips and More can make your vacation unique and fun. Stop in today at 116 West 8th Street in Rolla or call 341-3300. That's 341-3300.
Reality check number 14. Getting a house loan shouldn't take longer than building your house. At Town & Country Bank, we have a solution for that. We know you're anxious to start building your dream home, so we make loans quick and easy. We don't have to send off to some big city for a decision. Your decision is made here, and your loan stays here. Town & Country Bank. Smart, friendly solutions. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
When it comes to investing, here's something to think about. First, are you satisfied with results? Has your advisor taken the time to learn your investment objectives and devised a plan for achieving them? If you answered no to any of those questions, it's time to call St. Louis money manager Lindbergh Capital Management at 314-416-0055. You'll quickly see the difference. They take the time to get to know you, learn your goals, and what's appropriate for you. Call Lindbergh Capital Management today at 314-416-0055.
Come see the professionals at Brown Vet Clinic of Rolla, where they promise to place your pet's health and wellness above all considerations. They communicate openly with you about the individual preventative needs of your pet and help protect them from common infectious and contagious diseases while using the best available methods, no matter how big or small the animal. The staff is there to help you 24/7 and will get you an appointment as quickly as possible. Give Brown Vet Clinic a call today for all your animal needs. 364-1919.
McDonald's presents the new Big Mac Bacon. But is the Big Mac lucky to have bacon, or is bacon lucky to land on the Big Mac?
The Big Mac is lucky. Applewood smoked bacon makes everything taste better. The Big Mac, Brussels sprouts, dry toast.
No. Bacon's lucky to be on the iconic Big Mac. It's fortunate to dip its toe in that delicious special sauce.
There you have it. Get McDonald's Big Mac with bacon, fresh beef quarter pounder with bacon and cheesy bacon fries. Is it the best thing to happen to our classics or to bacon? Try for yourself and decide.
Only for a limited time at participating McDonald's. Fresh beef available at most restaurants in contiguous U.S. Not available in Alaska, Hawaii, and U.S. territories. It's been 35 years since Muffler Mart has opened their doors, and now you can come visit them at their new location on Highway 63 South, just across from Phelps County Fairgrounds in Rolla. Marty, Keith, and Carl combined have over 120 years of auto experience. Woo! Their name says Muffler Mart, but they do it all. So the next time you need work on your vehicle, head to the new location of Muffler Mart on Highway 63 South, just across from Phelps County Fairgrounds in Rolla. For appointments, call 364-5434. That's 364-5434.
Owning a business can be tough, and knowing what insurance you need can be confusing. Help is here with the Daniel and Henry Company. Daniel and Henry Company is an independent insurance broker providing a full range of risk management and insurance products and services for clients locally, nationally, and internationally. They find cost-effective solutions for your business and personal needs, from work comp, general liability, property and auto, and all points in between. Protecting your business is their business. Call Richard Boyette at the Daniel and Henry Company today, 314-444-5011.
Follow me at DaveWeinbaum.net, at The Dave Weinbaum on Twitter, and streaming live on the Dave Weinbaum Show Facebook page.
Investigative reporter Luke Rosiak has been working on this for the last 2 years and is now pulling back the curtain on Capitol Hill in his brand new book called Obstruction of Justice, How the Deep State Risks National Security to Protect the Democrats. Okay, who is this guy and guys?
This is the true story of foreign meddling and collusion, and it doesn't have to do with Russia. This is a Pakistani guy who was hired by Democrats, and he hacked Congress right at the same time that the whole Russia and WikiLeaks thing is starting. And so the Democrats decide to cover it up. And Nancy Pelosi really just becomes this Machiavellian operator, and this book goes into great detail. It's interesting how Pelosi just the other day suggested remarkably that Donald Trump is somehow being blackmailed by Vladimir Putin. I mean, that's quite a thing to say, right, that a president is being blackmailed with no evidence. This book, I think really it would convince anyone who's reading it that Nancy Pelosi and Democrats very well may be currently being blackmailed by these Pakistani guys that had access to all their data.
Brian Kilmeade and Lou Brozliak. Okay, remember that name. He's come up with another possibility that actually the Dems are being blackmailed by Pakistanis who have a lot of information on them because he worked on Debbie Wasserman Schultz's computers, who was head of the DNC. Hi there, welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
It's old man. How you doing?
Is this the old man?
Yeah.
The old man from the woods?
Yeah.
What? I'm good. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing all right. I got a question though.
Okay.
I'm not for the Democrats, believe me.
Okay.
But on this abortion thing, after so many weeks, they're not allowed to do an abortion, right?
In some states, they have laws that prevent an abortion. I think it's after 20 weeks. In some states. However,
for some states it's not like that, right?
Right. They're all over the board right now, and you've got a lot of the left states going even further to the left to be able to kill babies even on their birthday. I call it a birthday abortion. You know, hey, happy birthday, you're dead.
Yeah, that's just bullshit.
Oh, no, you can't say that stuff on the air.
Oh,
okay, you
sorry.
can't do that.
That's just bull hockey.
Yeah. Go ahead.
That's what I was wondering about. I thought, do they do it if the abortion survives? And maybe, what if it's not right? Do they?
Yeah, they can still, in certain areas, they can still do that. I'm going to be talking to a gal about 11 o'clock today who actually survived an abortion in 1977, didn't find out about it until later on in life. And what a story she has.
Talk a couple of weeks
That's
ago.
That's right. And she's going to be back because of this new development where they're going to make it legal that they can kill the baby that survived the abortion. How cruel can that be?
It's just crazy.
I agree. All right, old man. Listen, thank you so much, and I'm glad you survived the cold weather, and now it's like springtime. All right, my friend?
Barely.
Yeah, well.
Barely, believe me.
Wait until the weekend. It'll be in the 60s, for goodness sakes. I'm oiling up my golf clubs. I don't know about you. All right.
I'm hip. I'm ready to go hunting or something.
There you go. You got to fill the freezer. All right. Thanks a lot, buddy. You have a great weekend.
Take care of yourself.
I will. You too. All right. We're back on the show. If he's out in the woods, does he actually live in the woods or does he live in a house? I mean, does he have? Obviously, he has a radio. I think.
He's
listening to the show.
Has a mansion out in the country.
Yeah,
somewhere.
that's probably it.
Probably does.
That's probably
which
it.
is fine. We don't.
Now, if we can only teach him how not to cuss on the air.
Well, that happens.
Well, it shouldn't happen. No, come on. That's not good. Anyways, we're back on the show. You want to be a star on the Dave Weinbaum Show? You call it, and I'll tell you the number in a minute because I don't want to interrupt the Sicilian moment. Started by Stan. To the multipliers go the divisions. Forget about it. Breeders bring power. Think about it. All right, and don't forget about that because that's the way, that's majorities. You get more people than the other guy. Tom Brady got to play a team that has 24 people in it, and he's only got 11. He probably going to lose. Okay, and that's coming up this weekend. So, the best way to gain power is to keep breeding, and the Democrats, well, they want us to stop breeding.
Well, yeah.
What the hell's
half of
that?
those people they're killing are Democrats.
This is where we're going to miss Deanna Lorraine because she's not going to be on today because I had to get Melissa Odin on, and this is kind of neat. I got these people now. They're on the website. Go look at my website, DaveWeinbaum.net, and you'll see what I do with and for my guests who are frequent guests. We got whole areas on there for them, and we put their material and their contact information connecting to their sites. And I can't tell you how much I appreciate the loyalty of these people. I got canceled a year ago. I didn't lose one of these people.
No.
Could have very easily said, well, geez, there's something wrong with that guy. He got canceled. Well, there's something wrong with me. It wasn't the reason I got canceled. I said, oh, well, my girlfriend's over there, my fiancée. She's over there laughing. Something wrong with him. God, do I know what that is. What did I say the other day? I said they're testing a new shark bite suit, right? And so I said, you know what? I'm putting that on my wedding gift list. And she got all upset. I don't understand. I don't understand what she's talking about.
I don't think you're in any danger of shark bite here in
I could
Missouri.
be. We're going to the Bahamas, aren't we?
Yeah.
If they get me the gift, maybe I could use it there. All right, call the show, 573-364-4433. Get it off your chest. Okay, and let's talk a little bit about some things that are happening on Twitter. A couple of Twitter questions. This is from Tracy Belmonte, or Politidiva, at Politidiva. Was Roger Stone indicted because he found out about Hillary's crimes? That was on WikiLeaks? That's the first question. The second question is, this is from at Pink About It. Has there been news about Ruth Ginsburg lately? Does anyone know what's going on with Ruth Ginsburg? She was in the news. She was real sick. Some would say deathly ill, and all of a sudden it's been a week, two, I don't know. Not a peep out of the press.
No.
All right, somebody do. Okay, this is a job. I know who this is for. Okay, Chester in Doolittle. He's got so little to do. He could look this up on the internet. Is there something that we don't know about Justice Ginsburg? Because we are. I mean, I know this. You're being mean. I says no, not really. But because we have a right to know what's going on. All right. Don't we?
Not to mention, if we need to pray for her, we need to know that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I pray she retires, quite frankly.
Yeah.
And that she has a even longer life. She's 85 now. I hope she lives to 100. But I do pray she retires. I don't think she's, capable anymore doing a good job. She sleeps on the bench. I mean, she's an old lady, okay?
Yeah.
And she's done a lot of good work. She was great friends with Scalia, but I think her time is up, and I think it's time for new blood. And I know that's a political thing because she's going to get replaced by a conservative.
Absolutely.
Maybe a conservative woman, but that's what elections are about. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe it'll be an easier confirmation process if it were a woman.
Well, maybe. All right, I tell you what we're going to do. I think we take our second break right now, come back with the rabbi. Let me tell you about this show, though. Great show. Holy cow. We got the rabbi, and she says a lot of profound things. Not the greatest things you'd want to hear, especially if you're Jewish or Christian, for that matter. We got Laura Loomer, fresh out of jail in Sacramento, California, I believe she was, where Governor Newsom has an estate there. I don't know if it's the governor's estate or his personal estate. And by the way, he's the nephew of Nancy Pelosi.
Right.
How about that? Wow, they keep it all in the family. And then guess who we got? We got Cheryl Chumley.
Oh, gosh.
That's special. What a great interview this was.
Yeah.
And we got Melissa Oden calling in at 11, and then we've got Dr. Amy. So, stay tuned. Let me get this out, too, as long as I got my eyes on it. Let me thank some, but not all of the people. I can't possibly squeeze in all these people because, I only got a 3-hour show.
Right.
So let me just get through these. Gary, text on Twitter, Cutie Pie to you. Eve, as in eavesdrops in. Stony, Mike and Kathy Dillon, Scott, Tracy, Bama Perry, Chad, Candace Lanier, Sherry, Mindy out of New York, Norm, and Ron Fair. All right? Thank you so much. And I know I left some people out. Karen Lewis, for example. Okay, but I got to throw in some new ones every once in a while.
Pia the Alien.
Huh?
Pia the
Alien. I actually didn't hear from her yet. She might do it late. I don't know. Pia the Alien, Alderson from Brazil.
Right.
Pia being from India. I think it's Bombay.
Mumbai.
Where's Bombay?
I think I don't know.
Well, somebody's going to answer that, too.
Yeah.
All right, Chester, we're looking forward to you. Listen, you guys, it's going to be a great show. I want you to call. I love the callers, all right? I can't understand why some radio talk show hosts don't like callers. I am not one of them. I think they add so much. Every once in a while, you get a bad one, one who cusses or one who's trying to, play a prank. But I'll tell you what, the intelligence of the callers to this show is superb. It's just way up there.
It is.
And I really appreciate that because, quite frankly, I'm not that smart. I do a lot of work. That's what I do. I do a lot of grunt work, as Stan knows.
Yes, you do.
And you do, too. You really work on this show, and Lisa helps. What is it you
not
do?
As much as Jesse does. I mean,
Jesse and Jesse and
really
Steve.
Works.
And, oh, man. I tell you what, I love this place, and apparently you guys like me too. So
yeah, you're not bad.
I really appreciate that. Thank you for the enthusiasm, Stan.
You're welcome.
All right, we're going to be right back. Call the show 573-364-4433. Get it off your chest.
For the best in steaks, wine, and great conversation, visit Matt's Steakhouse. Matt's Steakhouse has banquet facilities for all of your event needs, from small office parties to large wedding receptions and everything in between. Matt's Steakhouse, open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Saturday, located on the Dillon Outer Road in Rolla, just east of exit 189. Call Matt's Steakhouse at 364-1220 to book your next event. For the best in steaks, wine, and great conversation, visit Matt's Steakhouse.
Why settle for the forecast when you can control it? Hartley's Climate Control is your locally owned heating, air conditioning, plus so much more company. Hartley's offers residential and commercial sales, service, and installation in the areas of heating and cooling, hearth and home, handyman services, and more to the Rolla, St. James, and surrounding areas. Call 573-368-3163 or visit them online at www.hartleyscc.com. Hartley's Climate Control, community born, community raised, community serving.
Welcome to the greatest rock and roll show on earth. Tonight's feature is Melrose Asphalt and Quarry, featuring their greatest hits, guaranteed low prices, guaranteed work, and their r1 hit, locally owned and operated. So call and get your tickets to the greatest rock and roll show on earth. Melrose Asphalt and Quarry, 364-9101. That's 364-9101. Melrose Asphalt is a local business and not an actual rock band.
Does your trip to the dentist office sound like this? If so, it's time to come see the friendly staff at Forum Dental, where they make dentistry simple and fun. Forum Dental is committed to patient satisfaction and high-quality dental care. So come to Forum Dental, where they do it all, from teeth cleaning and whitening to bridges and crowns and so much more. At Forum Dental, they make every dental experience a pleasant one. Forum Dental, working together to be better. Visit their website at forumdental.com.
Every business needs just the right sign to get people into your business. Missouri Neon Outdoor is here to help. Missouri Neon Outdoor has been family-owned and serving the Ozarks for 80 years. Outdoor advertising remains one of the most cost-effective ways for businesses to build awareness and drive customers to their door. And they offer billboard coverage in over 25 counties in southwest Missouri. Missouri Neon Outdoor has an expert creative staff that can design a great look for you. Call today for available locations in your area. 1-800-788-1778.
Moving, let's talk about Salem, Missouri, and what we have to offer. We are located in the center of Missouri, center of the USA, with a great school system, college, beautiful country club. Rivers within a 1-hour drive include Jack's Fork, Piney, Gasconade, Merrimack, and 2 state parks. If you're looking to enjoy life with recreation or just enjoy life, call VIP Properties, Pat Tackett, broker, 103 East 4th Street, Salem, Missouri, 573-729-7622.
The Flooring Factory Outlet in St. James has the best prices and the biggest selection in the area, and they can save you the most money. From incredible ceramic tile to hardwood, carpet, and laminate, the Flooring Factory Outlet can do the deal. So if you need flooring, they have it. Open Monday through Friday from 9 till 5 and Saturday from 10 till 4. Easy to find at 1111 West James Boulevard in St. James or call 265-1111. The Flooring Factory Outlet, the #1 flooring store in the area.
Follow me at DaveWeinbaum.net, at The Dave Weinbaum on Twitter, and streaming live on the Dave Weinbaum Show Facebook page.
And so to me, why was he still in the Justice Department to begin with? How does the Attorney General of the United States permit him to be in the Justice Department? And on the raid...
But wait a minute. This was Mueller's choice to put Weissman and Jeannie Ray on this team.
I understand.
And all Democratic donors.
John, I understand. I'm not defending that. And I'm not defending the raid. The raid is wrong. There is no reason, if he did not have weapons in that house, there is no reason to go with tactical units, with flak jackets on, with automatic weapons and all the rest. There's no reason for it except to intimidate. That's the only reason to do it, and that is an absolute inappropriate use of prosecutorial authority.
You talk about that the president thought if General Flynn's fired, the whole Russia thing is over. Obviously not the case.
Right.
And you say one of the reasons you don't believe it is because, as every campaign is, there's chaos. Nobody has time to say, oh, let me meet with Putin.
No, listen, I was there for a good part of the campaign, as you know, and then moved over to the transition. But as I said, this was a campaign, and you know about this campaign, and I say this in an admiring way, having lost to them and having them won the presidency. This was not a traditional organized campaign, and they were not going to do some Tom Clancy routine with Russian collusion when they were still trying to figure out how to hire field operatives in Pennsylvania.
Stone, and before that, Manafort. These guys were attacked 3 times worse in terms of the vehicles and the arms and the helicopters and other arsenal, armed forces, than Osama bin Laden. Yep. Where the hell was FBI Director and Trump appointee Wray? Did he authorize this? And these for process crimes, lying to the FBI, lying to Congress, which is all about, did they remember what they said yesterday? And if they said it any differently, any other way, well, they're going to get indicted because it's a trap. Meanwhile, Where is the raid on Hillary Rodham Clinton, her lawyers, Barack Hussein Obama, McCabe, Comey, or both him and his wife, Sally Yates, Lynch, Brennan? Where's the raid on their houses? They lied to Congress. McCabe definitely lied. He is under criminal investigation. Well, where's the raid on him? Has there been one? Anyone know? I don't think so. Why is there a two-tier justice system in this country? Anyone else ticked off about that? I know I am. Call the show, 573-364-4433. Get it off your chest. And now, all the way from Efrat, Israel, we're going to hear from my friend, Rabbi Moshe Rothschild.
Yeah, 1 second, Dave. You were talking to another rabbi? Sounds like you're cheating on me.
No, actually, I'm cheating with you on him because he was the first rabbi. Listen to this. I got rabbis fighting over me. This is kind of weird. Ladies and gentlemen, world traveler seeking better relationships between Christians and Jews. The official rabbi to the state of Missouri and the Dave Weinbaum Show, and future rabbi to the Trump Third Temple Hotel, Casino, Golf Course, and Spa, Rabbi Moshe Rothschild. Oh, my goodness. We let him in early this time. So, all right, sit down already. Come on. Oh, my God, they won't stop. What the heck is going on? All right, do some do more and sit down. Hey. Okay, Rabbi. Hey, sorry about that lengthy pause.
That's okay.
I knew you'd kind of be okay with that. Israeli scientists are on the cusp of curing cancer with countries honoring the BDS against Israel. Will they make their citizens die from cancer to enforce it?
Yeah, well, in case your listeners didn't see the news this week, but an Israeli medical research company said that they believe that they will announce within the year that they have the cure for cancer, for all cancers, not one cancer, but all cancers, turning it into like what we did with AIDS, which would no longer be a death sentence. HIV, and so that's the big question: is what are the BDS, what are the boycotters of Israel going to do if, please God, that this actually happens and that we do discover the cure for cancer here? What are the boycotters of Israel then going to do? They're all just going to let them just die because they won't use anything from Israel? Who knows? We'll see what happens.
We'll see. Hey, why is Ireland and Israel fighting? Is it religion, culture? What's going on over there?
I don't know. Ireland for a very long time has been very, very anti-Israel. I don't know what it stems from, other than typical European anti-Semitism. But Ireland's been it's been a big problem for Israel.
Is it time for Jews, whites, Christians, even moderate Muslims to stand up to religious and racial attacks?
Yeah, well, the truth is, I think it's all part of a polarization going on in the world. There's good and there's evil, and we're losing kind of the center. There's no middle ground anymore in everything. When it comes to politics, there's when Obama's in office, everybody hates him, and then the left loves him. Trump gets in office, the left hates him, and the right loves him. So there's no in between. There's really very little in between left in this world today. everything is very extreme. Every election is like 51 to 49%. Everything, and I think it's time, for the good people of the world to stand together.
I don't equate Obama in office with Trump, because nobody went out of their way to attack their supporters, attack people with Obama shirts on, that I know of anyways. This is a little different, I think.
Right. Well, I think what I mean is it used to be and there were presidents that one part of the country didn't vote for, but they could still say, okay, it's fine. We didn't win. We'll get them next time. But it's kind of become, when your horse doesn't win the race, the opposition has become very, very, it's become very polarized. That's kind of what I was talking about. Just
last night, two middle-aged Jews were attacked in, is it Crown Heights? In
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn, and just out of nowhere, 3 suspects who they captured. I don't know who they were or what they did, but 3 of them are young guys, 18, 19, and 21. Just came up. A couple of them come up and just knocked the guy down and just started beating the hell out of him.
Yeah.
And it happened. They went out and beat up some other guy, and they're being charged with hate crimes. This stuff is going on, and it's increasing at a rate against Jews of 50% a year.
Yeah, look, 2018 was one of the quote unquote banner years for anti-Semitism, and I was reading how people in New York are quite afraid, and you know what? I have to be honest with you. I'm not sure if the Jewish community in the United States has a long-term future. Well, I guess history will play itself out, but it seems to be that the anti-Semitism and attacks against Jews is on the rise. In California there were also some attacks. A lot of swastikas being drawn on synagogues. And the question is, how comfortable will it be for Jews in the coming years and the coming decades?
Well, this brings up the next question. The Democratic Party is sinking into the depravity of anti-Semitism, anti-Christianity, infanticide, and socialism. So, first of all, why do Jews continue to be Democrats? And secondly, will Israel be able to depend on the U.S. support if Democrats come back into power?
Okay, well, first things first. You have to understand, Jews might be Jews in name, but they're not necessarily voting, or their support is based upon their religion. I mean, you have the same thing, as I've mentioned on air, with Christians. Why do Christians support candidates who are pro-abortion? You can ask the same question, because they're not voting based on their Christian values. They're voting based on a new religion called liberalism. Yeah. So that's number one. Number two is, I think we're in trouble if the Democrats get a clean sweep at any point with the House, the Senate, and the presidency being Democratic. I think Israel is really in for it, and it's very, very worrisome. It's very, very worrisome. I mean, even now with Nancy Pelosi appointing, her name is escaping me, for the Congresswoman.
Ilhan Omar.
Correct.
Right.
Appointing her to the Foreign Affairs Committee. That's very, very troubling, and that's only with a Democratic Congress.
Yep.
Now, imagine if we had a Democratic Senate and a Democratic presidency. I think Israel would have a lot to fear.
Well, they did.
Again,
they did, and it came out that Israel absolutely was under the sights of the Obama administration.
But I think if it happens again, the way things are going, it'll make Obama look like he was pro-Israel.
Yeah, could be. Hey, other than DaveWeinbaum.net, where can people find you?
They can find me at IsraelAlliance.org. That's IsraelAlliance.org. And I like this idea of calling it Friday. I think that's a new one, Dave.
It wasn't my idea. It was Mike and Kathy Dillon who came up with that. Hey, listen, Rabbi.
I like it.
Rabbi, one more thing. The head of Starbucks, resigned ex-head of Starbucks, Howard Schultz, is running for president as an independent. If he loses, will he be a has-been? unable to cope with the grind?
Oh, Dave, that's
follow up. Use it. Go ahead. All right, Rabbi Moshe Rothschild, all the way from Efrat, Israel. Thank you so much. How do you eat the kids?
All right.
Shabbat shalom, my friend.
Take care, guys.
See ya.
All right,
bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, now that first joke, I got to give credit to Greg Gutfeld. I heard that on the 5, I believe.
Yep.
And but I got a little top 10 thing of Howard Schultz.
Oh yeah.
And you want to key that up? That's an extra, isn't it?
Which one?
5th, I believe. Howard Schultz. That's that right? Why don't you key that up? And while you're doing that, why don't you guys get your little fingers dialing the phone there? Call 573-364-4433. Get it off your chest. Here's the top 10 concerns of Howard Schultz running for president. 10. If he loses, he might become known as a has-been. 9. Could he handle the tough grind? 8. Would coffee be elevated to the national drink? 7. Dems who oppose him should have their caffeine cut off. 6. Will he become a filter to the opposing parties? 5. Will there be a constitutional amendment to espresso yourself? 4. Will we gain the right to mug billionaires? 3. Beware of talking about the size of any woman's cup. And 2, you'll be stirred, not shaken. And number 1 campaign slogan, we love you a latte. You know what? I should have put some music and some applause afterwards.
I'm telling you.
Because we got people laughing in the studio. That is not as good as I can do. I did this really quickly. And almost all of those are mine. About 7 or 8 of them are mine. So, yeah, there you go. All right, yeah. See, the studio audience stayed here, overnight. They were there for the interview of the rabbi, and there's some applause. It's not the standing ovation that the rabbi got, but that's appreciation. Okay, you can stop. Thank you. Thank you. All right, give me some more. No, I'm kidding. All right, so back on the show. Call the show, 573-364-4433. Get it off your chest. Okay, Judge Napolitano. You know him, the Fox News judge, and he's not all that crazy about Trump. And what he's saying now is that the Mueller investigation, because of Manafort, because of the trials that will take a long time to ensue, the Mueller investigation is going to go beyond 2020 elections. So, but then you've got the acting Attorney General, Matt Whitaker, saying that Mueller's almost done. I just don't know, who knows more. I would assume that the acting Attorney General, Matt Whitaker, would know more than Judge Napolitano. I don't think the judge is privy to that kind of information.
No, I don't think so.
But here's a guy that's right now running the Department of Justice.
Right.
So who knows? I like to think Whitaker says they're going to tie it down. And then we've got Bill Barr, who was the Attorney General for George H.W. Bush. He has, I believe, finished his hearings, and I don't know when they take a vote on him in committee. But it's a Senate committee, and he's probably going to be voted in by the Senate committee. And this guy I believe he was unanimously approved under George H.W. Bush. I would love to see how many Democrats actually vote for him now. It's going to be probably very few vote for him, if any at all. But there's still enough Republicans, I think, unless, you got your new Jeff Flake there and our losing applicant to be the president. It's hard to call him a candidate, when you're lying down and taking Barack Obama kicking your butt.
Oh, Romney is who you're
Romney.
talking. Oh,
yes.
yeah.
You're good. Huh? You're good.
I
Stan.
knew what you were talking about.
Yeah, I was getting there. I had it in my mind, and I searched for about 2 seconds, but I had it. But thanks for covering, as always.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah.
All right, so
well, you know what happens when you get old. You know?
What is Bill? Yeah, well, I think we need some help there.
The new Amazon Echo has everyone asking Alexa for help.
Alyssa, what time is it? What the hell is wrong with this blasted thing? Amanda!
But the latest technology isn't always easy to use for people of a certain age.
These kids done bought me a busted machine again. Oh, yes,
That's why Amazon partnered with AARP to present the new Amazon Echo Silver, the only smart speaker device designed specifically to be used by the greatest generation. It's super loud and responds to any name even remotely close to Alexa, so they can find out the weather.
Allegra, what is the weather outside?
It is 74 degrees and sunny.
Huh?
It is 74 degrees and sunny.
Where?
Outside.
What about it?
The temperature outside is 74 degrees and sunny.
I don't know about that.
The latest in sports.
Clarissa, how many did old Satchel strike out last night?
Satchel Paige died in 1982.
How many he get?
Satchel Paige is dead.
He what now?
Died.
Who did?
Satchel Paige.
I don't know about that.
Okay, we got somebody who I thought was playing hooky on me, but he's not. So hi there, welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show, Chester. Who is this, and where are you calling from?
This is John.
You liar.
Chester from North Doolittle.
See, you played a trick on me. That's you.
What, you got a Jersey accent or something?
Huh? I don't know.
Anyway, this is Chester from
All right, well, I want some information. I asked for information, so what do you got?
Calling back in response to your information.
Okay.
First of all, Mumbai is what used to be Bombay. Same city, they changed the name.
Aha!
That's right.
I was right.
Yes,
what do you know about geography, you bastard? Go ahead.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
As far as Ruth Bader Ginsburg, I mean, hey, she went through surgery less than a month ago.
Yeah.
So they said all along that she's going to be out of it for a while. So she's just maintaining her low profile somewhere and recovering. I mean, they put her on medical leave. She's still collecting her salary. Everything's cool with her.
All right. Did you call her and find out?
No, I just looked it up.
I expected a little more, Chester. Why don't you find her home phone number? Do I have to send Laura Loomer out there?
Yeah,
that might scare the hell out of her. No, I don't want to. That would scare the hell out of her. But if you find that anything, give me a call, please.
No, there's nothing else to find right now. I mean, that's
right.
There's nothing going on. It's just she's 85 years old or something like that. She's had surgery. You have surgery, you're not going to be recovering very quickly either at that age. So, she's taking her some time off. Now, the funny part about Ginsburg is that she should have retired a long time ago and just enjoyed her life. But I am convinced that she was expecting, this is totally supposition, I think that she expected Hillary to win, and that would have then given her the possibility of being the one to swear her in.
Oh, okay.
That's just my personal guess.
Yeah, and I think at that point she probably would have retired because she knew Hillary would appoint somebody from left of Mars.
Right, but now that she is now that Trump is won, well, she's got to stay in now because she can't.
She's got to stay alive.
So she's going to sit there for the rest. She's going to die on the court for all she cares, but she's not going to give up that seat.
Okay. All right. Well, everybody in La La Land is praying for her, and I don't pray her harm. I just
they're not
think she ought to retire.
They're atheists. They're atheists. Remember?
Well, they could pray. They could pray to Satan or whoever they believe in. They can play
years ago when I was in college.
Yes.
When I was in college, we're talking 72, 76 time frame.
72 years ago?
No, 72 to 1970.
Oh, okay.
There was a the magazine. What was it? There was. Anyway, it was a big joke then about they were making fun of how abortion. They were calling it as a joke postnatal abortion.
Yeah.
The joke was that since a child, once it's born, a toddler, is still in fact developing, all the way up until, the human body continues to develop to like into the 20s and even 30s. So they would say that actually if you kill them afterwards, it's just really a postnatal abortion because, in fact, it's a fetus. And once you hit about age 45 to 50, the body starts to deteriorate, so then it becomes a mercy killing.
How far away are we from that? I mean, we're not that far.
This is the problem, because what's happening now is you have the cult of death.
Yeah.
And this is Nazi Germany, by the way. This is how it works.
Yeah.
You start by destroying the infirm, the feeble, the imbeciles, whatever you decide.
The people who are going to be a burden on society because of their illness.
That's how the initial justification is. But the whole point is to just get everybody accustomed to mass death.
Yes, and then you go after your scapegoats and your enemies, the Jews,
absolutely, because you've got your
church, things like that.
Then you go after
absolutely
anybody
right.
Designate.
This
now
is
go back to World War II.
Yes,
and people don't understand how the heck could a civilized nation like Germany, go Nazi like that? How did they do it? Actually, it's very simple. They took over their schools in 1933 when he became chancellor.
Yeah.
By 1939, those 12-year-olds were already all soldiers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And the 18-year-olds who started, they were already officers in the military and especially the SS.
Sure.
They were indoctrinated, and it only took a few years.
Yeah, and that's what we got coming up with all these socialists, especially in the Democratic Party.
Go look at it.
All right, my friend, I've got to get going. Thank you so much for calling me back and giving me all that information. Thank you for your friendship. And say hello to Martha when you get off the phone.
And it's Mumbai, not Bombay.
Yeah, whatever. Thanks. All right, thanks. Okay. All right. That was Chester with some good information. Hi there. Welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Hello? You're on the air. Okay. Not there no more. All right, we're going to take a short break, and then we're going to come back with, let's see. Oh, Laura the Illuminator, Loomer. Call 573-364-4433. And, yes, I want to take the call. I always take the call, Stan. You know that. You know that. Hi there. Welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Joan.
Oh, this is Joan, the seed lady. Hi. How are you?
I'm doing well, Dave. How are you?
I'm good. What's going on, Joan?
I wanted to make a kind of a point about this socialism for everybody.
Yes.
The left is making such a claim, free this, free that. They need to read two books. One of them would be George Orwell's Animal Farm.
Animal House or Animal Farm?
No,
right.
Animal
okay.
Farm.
I'm thinking of the movie. Yes, go ahead. Sorry.
And, they assign it in college sometimes.
Yeah.
And also they need to read about the Jewish Holocaust in Germany, which is about the Jews, and it's Corrie ten Boom. And she wrote it, called The Hiding Place. Mm-hmm. And both of them are very worthwhile. If you don't want this to happen to our country, they need to read those books.
And I would suggest if you get to see a movie or go on Netflix, I would suggest Schindler's List for the Holocaust.
Yes.
I went there. I took one of my daughters, I think Amy, up in St. Louis in a kind of a mixed neighborhood in a movie theater. And I've never seen this happen before. There wasn't, and it didn't matter if you were black, white, Christian. Tears. Everybody was crying at the end, including me and my daughter. And we got up and gave it a standing ovation. Every single person in that theater.
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness, was that powerful?
Some went over there too to see it. They went in to see the wall or the scratches on the wall. He was actually a professor at Loomer over there, and his wife was a dear friend of mine.
Yeah.
So.
And I visited. I visited Schindler's grave. He's buried in Jerusalem, just outside the walls of Jerusalem. I put some stones on his grave.
People, these newbies that are coming into Congress, they think that everybody at the top needs a 70 to 90% increase in their taxes.
They want to take all your money.
Do they realize that when it comes down, everybody's going to be taxed? It's not.
Yes, they do. Yes, Joan, they do. Absolutely. Absolutely, they do. This is their way to get power. This is a way to get power.
But the people that are listening to them don't.
Right.
You know, and they think, oh boy, you know, the old Starbucks guy. By the way, where's the star? You know, if the Bucks are out there, where's the star nose? But that might be the doughboy, right?
Jeez, I don't know. I don't know. You know, he's not a stupid guy. He's just a liberal. He is a unrepentant billionaire. So, all right, listen, darling, I got to get on to the next.
They should have to repent. They shouldn't have to repent for being rich.
No, I mean, you know, he
I think
is
that's a fallacy.
Yeah, I would agree. All right, Joan Flatt, thank you so much for calling all the way from Salem, Missouri. I really appreciate you. Thank you for helping the show. Hi there. Welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Martin from Edgar Springs.
Oh, hey, Martin. Hi, how are you?
Just fine. I don't want to keep correcting people who are calling in. I'm sorry about that. But the last caller made a fundamental mistake. She said these people need to read. It's not affirmed that they actually can read. You know, there's a problem there. And the other thing about this is, you were talking about Bombay and Mumbai.
Yeah.
I went on a business trip over, I had training in diamonds and their classification, and an old man paid me to go over there and go to diamonds. Bombay has just tremendous amounts of diamond merchants there. Okay. And so does Madras on the other side. Well, I got there and I spent the day there in Bombay when it was Bombay and not Mumbai. And then I stayed a little too late and I had to get out to the airport because I had to catch my flight.
Yeah.
I was in trouble. And I rode in one of those three-wheel black and yellow, they call them yellow jackets back in the day, taxis. And I offered that guy, because I had to get to the airport, I offered him $20 to get me there in a specified time. I did not know at that time that's how much he made for an entire month. And that guy went whack-a-doodle cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And he drove over the median onto the other side of this interstate they had and swerved a couple cars and came back over to get ahead of the traffic.
You know what? This reminds me of you and my drive-thru.
Well, they were asking for it.
I get your point.
Anyway.
Yes.
So I get there, and I'll tell you what, man, never, and I mean never offer these people, you know, what we would consider a tip here, because they will go crazy to get you.
You got to know the territory, buddy. All right, listen, I got to get going here. I got another caller. I got interviews, and I really appreciate you calling, Martin. And I appreciate your business, too. All right? I have another caller, right?
No.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. Now, I think let's do a break, and then we'll come back with Laura the Illuminator, fresh out of jail.
All right.
Okay. And see what kind of spirits she's in. All right. Call the show, 573-364-4433. Get it off your chest.
KKID, Salem, Rolla.
Welcome to the greatest rock and roll show on earth. Tonight's feature is Melrose Asphalt and Quarry, featuring their greatest hits, guaranteed low prices, guaranteed work, and their #1 hit, locally owned and operated. So call and get your tickets to the greatest rock and roll show on earth. Melrose Asphalt and Quarry, 364-9101. That's 364-9101. Melrose Asphalt is a local business and non-natural rock band.
Hi, this is Sarah Weinbaum, massage therapist at Lavish Day Spa, formerly known as Terra Day Spa. Come visit me at our all-new location on North Bishop next to Steak and Shake. Come take your stress and worries away with our full-service salon and day spa, featuring discounts on Dermalogica and other skincare items offered with a purchase of a facial. New location, same number, 364-0905. Come sail away at Lavish Day Spa in Rolla.
If you're in the food business and your walk-in cooler quits, do you think you can call just any heating and refrigeration guy to fix it? Think again. Time is money, and you don't want to have to wait while an air conditioner repairman tries to figure out what's wrong. At Cox Brothers, food equipment repair is who we are. We have the specialized training and know-how to protect your expensive and fragile inventory while we repair your broken equipment. When you need food service repairs, go right to the experts. Cox Brothers Food Equipment Repair in St. James. We'll keep the hot side hot and the cold side cold.
When it comes to investing, here's something to think about. First, are you satisfied with results? Has your advisor taken the time to learn your investment objectives and devised a plan for achieving them? If you answered no to any of those questions, it's time to call St. Louis money manager Lindbergh Capital Management at 314-416-0055. You'll quickly see the difference. They take the time to get to know you, learn your goals, and what's appropriate for you. Call Lindbergh Capital Management today at 314-416-0055.
Come see the professionals at Brown Vet Clinic of Rolla, where they promise to place your pet's health and wellness above all considerations. They communicate openly with you about the individual preventative needs of your pet and help protect them from common infectious and contagious diseases while using the best available methods, no matter how big or small the animal. The staff is there to help you 24/7 and will get you an appointment as quickly as possible. Give Brown Vet Clinic a call today for all your animal needs. 364-1919.
McDonald's presents the new Big Mac Bacon. But is the Big Mac lucky to have bacon, or is bacon lucky to land on the Big Mac?
The Big Mac is lucky. Applewood smoked bacon makes everything taste better. The Big Mac, Brussels sprouts, dry toast.
No. Bacon's lucky to be on the iconic Big Mac. It's fortunate to dip its toe in that delicious special sauce.
There you have it. Get McDonald's Big Mac with bacon, fresh beef quarter pounder with bacon, and cheesy bacon fries. Is it the best thing to happen to our classics, or to bacon? Try for yourself and decide.
Only for a limited time at participating McDonald's. Fresh beef available at most restaurants in contiguous U.S. Not available in Alaska, Hawaii, and U.S. territories.
Follow me at DaveWeinbaum.net, at The Dave Weinbaum on Twitter, and streaming live on the Dave Weinbaum Show Facebook page.
Imran Awan, a Pakistani-American congressional IT worker. How did he get to Debbie Wasserman Schultz's staff?
Well, however he first got into Congress, he eventually got control of all the emails and files of a fifth of members of Congress.
One out of every 5 Democratic member of Congress?
Absolutely. And so the worst part for me is this started as a story about this guy, but by the end of it, it was a story about Nancy Pelosi basically manipulating the levers of power, rigging an investigation with the FBI and the DOJ to conceal this.
What were they trying to hide?
The specter of blackmail is still looms in the air, and the other thing is just controlling the Russian narrative. And it's just amazing how Nancy Pelosi was actually, this was discovered originally by the House Inspector General, who was originally appointed by Nancy Pelosi. And so when this investigator brings this to light, Nancy Pelosi turns on her own investigator, and one of her operatives frames this woman on ethics charges and drives her out of government.
You know, I got one more bit with this guy, Lou Brozliak, on this Pakistani connection. He's alleging they have blackmailed the Democrats because they got all their emails from, the Wasserman Schultz account. She was the head of the DNC, got all the strategies about what they were going to do. And so, maybe, just maybe, he's got Pelosi and some of those Dems in the bag. Anyways, what I was thinking was I should fix Laura Loomer up with him, maybe. What do you think? I'm pretty good at this matchmaking thing.
Yeah.
Not so much for myself. What are you laughing at? What are you doing? What are you laughing at? You know there are things that I have done matchmaking-wise that we can't even reveal on
I'm
this
not
show.
sure what your record is, but I think it's dangerous territory.
It's a lot better than my marriage record.
Not saying much.
No, well, I do. Thank you for that, Captain Obvious. She thinks she's General Obvious.
You go from funny, you bastard.
Yeah, exactly. And I wouldn't call her a bastard.
Oh,
Thank you.
I didn't. There was
thanks, Stan.
Eddie Murphy.
It was Eddie Murphy did that. Right. All right. Okay, we now have the honor of having the best journalist possibly in the world, definitely in America. She does things that nobody will do, and she's always right. Laura, the Illuminator Loomer. ladies and gentlemen, the Jewish Voice calls this woman Wonder Woman, conservative investigative journalist, and the Lois Lane to the Dave Weinbaum Show, Laura the Luminator, Loomer. Hi, Laura. How are you?
Well, I'm doing well. I just got out of jail, so
you're not calling from your cell phone, are you?
I am calling from my cell phone, but
okay.
I'm not calling from. Well, I guess funny pun. Yeah, my cell phone. I got it now.
Thank you.
That was a good one.
I mean, well, it kind of slows you down a little bit, when you're in jail like that. So, tell me about that. Tell me about that.
Yeah. So, I decided that I was going to go to Gavin Newsom's mansion at the governor's mansion. Gavin Newsom is the current governor of California. He's also Nancy Pelosi's nephew, believe it or not.
Yeah.
And I showed up and I confronted him on live stream. And what I did is I set up a sanctuary fair in his yard, and I brought a bunch of people with me, and we dressed up. And then I hopped over his fence and decided to seek sanctuary on his lawn.
Wait a minute. He has a fence?
Yes. So just like Auntie Nancy, he has a fence.
All right.
But I thought it was an immorality. So, yeah.
All right. So the cops approached you, and what happened?
Well, the police officers, of course, they were armed, and they were protecting Gavin Newsom's mansion.
Yeah.
And they arrested me. They arrested me for trespassing, which is kind of funny because I thought that in order to trespass, you had to have borders. And I thought in California there were no borders because this is a sanctuary state. So once again, I'm very confused. And then they also asked me for my ID again, which is another thing I'm very confused about because I thought that Gavin Newsom said that IDs were racist, right? And so they asked me for my ID. But look, apparently, Gavin Newsom doesn't live by his own rules. Gavin Newsom doesn't want ID in California because the Democrats want to get illegal alien voters, right? That's why they want to make it so that illegal aliens can vote. Gavin Newsom says that he's anti-gun, but then he has armed guards protecting him. Gavin Newsom says that walls are an immorality and that we can't have a border wall, just like his Auntie Nancy, but then he has a fence around his mansion. So, the Democrats, of course, it's do as I say, not as I do.
So there's no sanctuary for you?
No, especially not for
illegal aliens. Is that correct? Is that what I'm to understand?
And it was.
Why doesn't the law say that?
Well, it was a test. So last time, I brought actual illegal aliens with me to Nancy Pelosi's home, and nobody was arrested. But this time I didn't bring illegals, and it just goes to show you that in California, illegals really do matter more than Americans. Because if you look at the difference between what I did at Nancy Pelosi's house, right, they didn't arrest them because I had illegals with me, because it would have been bad optics. But because I went without illegals this time, they thought, well, whatever. I mean, it's just some American citizens, some Trump supporters, some constitutional patriots who support securing our border, so we can arrest them, no big deal.
Well, how could they tell him? And the guy was had a big mustache on, a big sombrero, a poncho.
Because they asked for ID. So if you're an illegal, you don't have to show ID because IDs are racist and they want your votes. But if you're a Trump supporter or you're an American dreamer, you have to show ID in California. Funny how that works, right?
Amazing. All right. Hey, any word from your secret admirer, Twitter Jack Dorsey?
Not yet. No. He seems to think that I'm very admirable, and he likes my moxie, I guess, and my punk rock attitude, and he respects me. So I'm still waiting for him to reinstate my account since he respects me.
Any moment. Meanwhile, lots of conservatives and Jews are complaining about being banned or semi-banned from Twitter. So here we go. Hey, it seems your loomering of Rashid Tlaib and Ilhan Omar were right on the button. Even worse. They're even worse than you described them. So one of them, at least on Twitter, that got you permanently banned. So now people are discovering that. What are they saying? Loomer was right about this. People are saying
I was right, because I'm always right. I mean, look, let's be honest. I'm right about all these people. I was on your show like 6 months ago warning everybody about this, and I was getting called a racist and an Islamophobe. But now everyone's like, oh, wow, well, I guess we have to finally talk about the fact that this Muslim congresswoman is a part of a Facebook page that calls Jews satanic conspiracy theorists and says that the Holocaust never happened. Well, that's a bit problematic, isn't it? Oh, and not only that, but these women who say that Israel is evil and they want to wipe Jews off the planet. Oh, well, they have ties to ISIS and Hamas. And, what do you know? Oh, Ilhan Omar is writing letters asking a judge to lessen the sentence for Somali men who tried to flee and join ISIS overseas. So why do we have Congress people who are advocating more for terrorist organizations, Holocaust deniers, Palestinians, Muslims, people who don't really stand with the United States and our Constitution and American values and our rule book here in this country, right? People who don't pledge allegiance to the flag, people who wrap themselves in Palestinian flags and refuse to condemn Hamas. Honestly, I think that's a national security issue to the extreme, given that these women are now on the Foreign Affairs Committee in Congress, and I think that they should immediately be removed from their positions because it's a national security threat, and it's also a slap in the face to the Jews and Christians in this country because it is clear that these women are very bigoted, they're very hateful, and they clearly also have a strong desire to implement Sharia law in this country.
Do you see Jews and Christians possibly having an exodus away from the Democratic Party as it now is going and trending?
Well, I would like that very much. I would really like for Jewish people. Ilhan Omar says that Jews have hypnotized the world, but I would argue that Jews themselves have been hypnotized by the Democrats, right?
Yeah,
so it's not that. So they've been hypnotized by the Democrats into thinking that the Democrat Party represents them and their values. But if you look at what the Democrats stand for now, people who are chanting for Israel to be eradicated from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free, which is essentially saying, throw all the Jews into the water, kill all the Jews, kill all the Israelis.
Yeah. It's not a two-state solution, is it?
It's not. No, it's not.
Hey,
and these people, obviously, they need to wake up because to be a left-wing Jew or to vote for the Democrat Party as a Jew, well, I mean, you might as well just buy a noose and hang yourself at that point because it really is like having a death wish. It's a suicide gene. And when people ask me, why do so many Jews vote Democrat? I say, I don't know. I mean, I guess a large population of the Jewish community must have severe mental illness or have a suicide gene. That's the only way I can explain it.
There's something there because I can't figure it out either. Hey, other than DaveWeinbaum.net, where you are prominently now displayed, where can people find you and contribute to you?
Well, you can subscribe to my website, lauraloomer.us. I send out a weekly newsletter and advance notices for my Loomerings. You get the first scoop. And then also on my PayPal, paypal.me/LauraLoomer. And what I'll do is I'll also send you the address where people can send checks, just like you sometimes send me checks. And then that way people can have the address on your website.
Laura, here's a news flash. And you didn't break this story. Dalmatians spotted. Dalmatians spotted. Laura Loomer, everybody, the Illuminator. Thank you so much, Laura. Have another, eventful week coming up, and just try to do something for goodness sakes, will you? All right, thank you.
Have fun. This is fun. This is my hobby.
I know, I can tell. All right, thank you so much, and I'm glad to hear that you're happy. Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Bye. She was really bummed out. I'm kind of friends with her, and I talk to her every once in a while.
Yeah.
I even talked to her father once.
Really?
Yeah. And she was. That was right after Twitter permanently banned her. That was a big deal.
Yeah, it was.
So I'm glad that she's doing what she loves to do. And you know what? She says, I'm right all the time. And I've been watching her now for 6 or 7 months, and I've seen some of her past work. And so far, I haven't seen anything that she's done wrong. You might argue with the way she does things, but I think they're pretty lucid. So, hi there. Welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, Dave. This is Martha calling from North.
Hello, Martha. How are you?
Fine. That was a wonderful interview with Laura Loomer. When I grow up, I want to be just like her.
Wow. Who doesn't? I'll tell you what. She's a warrior. I mean, she goes into these situations, and I fear for her, quite frankly. But They seem to be scared of her.
Yeah.
Scared to death of her.
Anyway, I am calling with just a couple of thoughts about where we've ended up as far as the abortion debate.
Yes.
And in the past, we've had two rather influential books that have kind of gotten us into the position that we are now. First one is The Population Bomb by Paul Ehrlich.
Yeah.
From way back, like in the 60s.
70s, wasn't it? 60s?
Actually, I believe 68 was the first publication. And he, of course, advocated for a lot of population control because at this point in time he thought we would be like, starving to death and eating Soylent Green. So a lot of his predictions have not come true, but what he promoted has unfortunately come true because he was all in favor of legalized abortion, which we have. Yeah. Strong promotion of government birth control, expanded sex education, our foreign aid to other countries be determined by how well those other countries were meeting our desires of population control. And the most controversial thing, which unfortunately has come to pass, which he recommended, was prenatal gender selection, because he thought that most people would stop having babies once they had a boy, which means throughout the world, females were aborted.
Yeah.
And you have countries like China and India, Georgia, Azerbaijan, Armenia, the top 5, which have population imbalances.
It is a war on babies, but it's especially a war on women babies, isn't it?
Yes. And now the second book, which even has much more devastating effects, I think, on our social policies, is Peter Singer's Practical Ethics. And he's a professor of ethics at Princeton University who was one of Barack Obama's advisors when he was coming up with his Obamacare plans. And he sees the fetus as neither rational nor self-preferential, which means that the preferences of the mother should take precedent over the preferences of the fetus.
Wow.
And he believes that newborns lack the characteristics of personhood, which he defines as rationality, autonomy, and self-consciousness, and so that a post-birth abortion is perfectly okay.
Like I said, I wish these people would have to go back in their mother's womb.
I know, exactly.
And hear the nonsense that they're spewing at a place and time when they were just about ready to be born, or even after they're born, and be able to scream and yell and holler. And then bring them back to this time and see what they would think. Another, I don't know if she's got a book. I'm pretty sure she does, but there's a lot of sayings from Margaret Sanger, the founder of Planned Parenthood. Now, where did Margaret Sanger come down?
Well, she was actually not in favor of abortion. She described abortionists as butchers with an MD after their name, but she was so much in favor of forced sterilization for those that she deemed undesirable.
And did she specify who should be sterilized?
Anybody who was basically not white and middle class.
Right. Especially that's why you find Planned Parenthoods in black neighborhoods.
Oh yeah.
And yet blacks, including black politicians like Barack Obama, support Planned Parenthood. What does that say?
Yep.
What does that say? All right, Martha, thank you so much.
One last thing.
Yes, ma'am.
Peter Singer, the practical ethicist, wrote an earlier book called Animal Liberation, and he is actually a vegetarian. So,
And that's happening too.
Yep.
I mean, 10 years ago, I remember hearing about this. There was another guy that was promoting that. He was in the Obama administration, and now they're looking at stuff like this, and they're trying cases based on animals and their feelings. Oh my God, it's nuts. All right, Martha, thank you so much. You're right up there with Chester. Let me tell you.
I know he's a hard act to follow.
A hard ass to follow? No, you didn't say that. You didn't say it. No, hard act. I'm sorry. No, that's wrong. Can you say that on the radio, Stan?
You wash your mouth out with soap.
Yeah, well, don't worry. Lisa's over there chomping at the bit, literally. No, she's chewing on
Gathering
gum.
up, yeah.
Chewing on. You're not supposed to be chewing gum. What's wrong with you?
I'm looking forward to that soap.
She's looking forward to any way she can torture me. Thank you, Martha. You have a great weekend. All right, we're back on the Dave Weinbaum Show. We had great callers today. This is so fun. It's like I have interviews. Both a lot of these people on that came on and talked. It's like interviewing them.
It is.
It's having other guests.
Yeah.
You know, how cool is this?
I'm telling you.
I hope listeners like this. I mean, I can't see why you wouldn't. But if you don't, let me know. Give me some suggestions. Call 573-364-4433. I think it's time for a Sicilian moment, or what?
Oh, I think it's for this.
We will do what has never been done. Scan the household pet's mind to translate his thoughts into words. Now, the subject today will be my own dog, Max. Max, speak.
Woof, woof. Hi, I'm Max. It's me, Max. I like Park and Leash, and I like Trump. He's my man. Donald Trump is our president. He carried the Electoral College fair and square.
This can't be right. Did you know your dog likes Trump?
He doesn't.
I absolutely do. I know Trump has issues, but one big change is better than business as usual. The Dow is up 2,700 points since he was elected. Let's not delay.
I'm sorry, but you're just a dog. You don't know what you're talking about.
Excuse me, Helen, but yes, I do. Stinking helmet. Can't believe you put this on me.
I can't believe you're saying this. You're supposed to be my best friend.
And as your friend, I don't want to see your tax dollars going to health care for illegals.
Explode. What about his record on women's rights? Don't you want me to have a choice over my own body?
You didn't afford me a choice when you cut off my balls.
That's so applicable to right now.
Yeah.
You know, I wanted to cover one thing that I didn't get a chance to on the interview with Laura Loomer. She was also on the Las Vegas investigation of the shoot-up from this person who was middle-aged, well, about 60s, 64, 65 years old. I can't remember his name, but the FBI and the Las Vegas police have come up with the conclusion that they can't figure out a motive. Laura Loomer was all over this. Laura Loomer pretty much proved that this guy was an Islamic convert to ISIS.
Right.
All right? And this is a huge cover-up by the FBI and the police department of Las Vegas. This is also something she's probably right on. Nobody knows for sure. Does she have dead on evidence? Maybe. I'll try to remember to ask her next time.
I think she looked in his background and saw that he had slowly converted over.
Yeah. And he did a bunch of things that would be relative to being a Muslim. Paid off all his debts.
Yes.
Just before he had his suicide situation go on. And I'm wondering, did this guy do it all of himself? That's 58 people he killed and wounded, a couple hundred? I mean, that's the biggest shooting ever in United States history right there. Did he have others that did this too? I don't know.
Maybe all the money he had, which he had a lot of money, I understand, wasn't giving him the fame that he wanted. So he did the best thing.
I don't know. We're speculating here, but
yeah, we are.
If anybody has an idea on who's right and who's wrong, give me a call, 573-364-4433. And I think we now ought to take a break and come back with, let's see who we should come back with. Oh, how about Cheryl? And then we got one at 11, too, okay? We've got Melissa Oden, by the way, at 11 o'clock. She is a failed abortion survivor. Something she did not find out till later in life. And we're going to hear from her and what she thinks about all the state laws being changed in favor of killing not only babies on their birthday, but after their failed abortion. Oh, my goodness. I can't imagine what she's going through because they would have killed her.
Yeah.
You know? All right. Call the show, 573-364-4433. Get it off your chest.
Go ahead, treat yourself to a new Chevy from Fairground Auto Plaza in Rolla. Right now, get $10,250 in total value on a new 2018 Silverado Crew Cab LT All-Star 4-wheel drive or 0% APR for 72 months. Chevy, more reliable than Honda, Toyota, and Ford. Strong, capable, and built to stand the test of time. Stop in for full details at Fairground Auto Plaza in Rolla, 100 Fairgrounds Road. Chevy, find new roads.
Does your trip to the dentist office sound like this? If so, it's time to come see the friendly staff at Forum Dental, where they make dentistry simple and fun. Forum Dental is committed to patient satisfaction and high-quality dental care. So come to Forum Dental, where they do it all, from teeth cleaning and whitening to bridges and crowns and so much more. At Forum Dental, they make every dental experience a pleasant one. Forum Dental, working together to be better. Visit their website at forumdental.com.
The Akar Real Estate sign in the yard is your first step to sold. Whether buying or selling, put the best team of realtors to work for you. Akar Real Estate is the top-selling real estate agency in 4 counties. They work diligently to make your real estate transactions happen. Independently owned and operated for over 12 years by Delek Akar, broker-owner. When you want results that move you, call the professionals at Akar Real Estate at 368-SELL. That's Akar Real Estate at 368-7355.
Sales results obtained from Maris Incorporated.
For the best in steaks, wine, and great conversation, visit Matt's Steakhouse. Matt's Steakhouse has banquet facilities for all of your event needs, from small office parties to large wedding receptions and everything in between. Matt's Steakhouse, open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Saturday, located on the Dillon Outer Road in Rolla, just east of exit 189. Call Matt's Steakhouse at 364-1220 to book your next event. For the best in steaks, wine, and great conversation, visit Matt's Steakhouse.
At Premier Title Group, we realize that one of the most important decisions in your life is when you purchase or sell your property. We strive to treat each customer like they are part of our family. At Premier Title Group, we offer quick yet very accurate title searches and will close your real estate transaction in a timely manner. With unmatched customer service, you'll find that we truly live up to our motto, providing you with a premier experience during your real estate transaction, serving Phelps and its surrounding counties. Remember, when it comes to title insurance, you have a choice. Choose Premier Title Group. May God bless our troops and our emergency responders.
Follow me at DaveWeinbaum.net, at The Dave Weinbaum on Twitter, and streaming live on the Dave Weinbaum Show Facebook page.
Who you pick as Attorney General matters. It's one of the things I talk about in the book. The president has been victimized by some bad choices that were recommended to him and by a process that didn't work well for him.
Aren't you worried, as a former prosecutor and governor, that we have a dual justice system? We have all these other people that lied either under oath or to Congress. Nothing happens to them. For example, Hillary funnels money, her money, campaign money, through a law firm, so it's a legal expense, to hire an research group, right? Hire a foreign national, which is wrong, who uses Russian lies that they spread to the American people before the election, and then they use it to bludgeon the president ever since. But then they go to a FISA court. We now learn that everybody in the FBI and DOJ were warned by Bruce Orr that Christopher Steele hates the president, then the candidate Trump, that Hillary paid for it, and that it's unverified. How do you not verify, and it turns out a lot of it's lies, hookers, Ritz-Carlton, Musk, how do they get away with all of that, and Mueller pays no attention to it?
And it's come out that Bruce Orr, the fourth most powerful guy in the Department of Justice, his wife was working on that dossier, working for the company that made the dossier, and that she was spying on the Trump children, and we're talking about 7 months before the inauguration, before the election, 5 months before the election. That means the Obama administration was on this a lot earlier than everyone thought. Where is the retribution? Where is the law? Where's the equality? Where's the equal scales of the law? No justice, no peace. Hi there, welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, Lee from Richmond.
Yeah, Lee, what's up, buddy?
Yeah, Lee, not Randy. For some reason, you text me back, Randy.
I did?
You turkey.
Oh, I just think you're Randy, that's all.
Hey,
that's what I heard about you. That's what your wife says. She says he's Randy.
I was thinking Fox News needs to be interviewing girls like this girl that survived this abortion and go in front of the Democrats and say, why don't you want to listen to her? All these liberal Democrats that's pushing for more baby slaughtering in extended times, and to, if they're not viable at one age, they still need somebody to depend on if they're going to college up to like 25 years old, I think. So, where's the stop to this? But I would say Fox News, if they're really going to be fair and balanced, they need to get out and start putting this at the top of the news every hour. When you turn the radio on,
I think Fox News has been lagging, especially when it comes to giving attribution to people. They run all sorts of the Women's March deal and everything else, and they never give any credit now.
Yeah, I think they got
to Laura Loomer. That's who broke the story. Laura Loomer broke the story about the anti-Semitism in the Women's March. She Loomered both Rashid Tlaib and Ilhan Omar, and she broke the story on them. She doesn't get they won't give her credit, and that really ticks me off. I've both Twittered and Facebooked Joe Concha, who is a media reporter and is a Fox News contributor, and Howie Kurtz, who also is a media reporter and has a show at Fox News I think it's Media Buzz. So, and no response, although Concha was very condescending to me. And if you want to see my take on it, I have a column up on my website, daveweinbaum.net, and there are my responses. All right, quickly, my friend, anything else?
No, but thanks for doing a good job.
Okay, I appreciate that. Sorry to Randy for getting you mixed up with him. All right, get off my phone. Have a nice weekend.
Bye.
Okay, so we're back on the show, and I think we need to. We're going to do Cheryl Chumley. You got to listen to this one. This is raucous right here. Call the show afterwards, 573-364-4433. In 20 minutes, you're going to hear from Melissa Odin, a surviving abortion failure. Hit it.
I've paid my dues time after time. I've done my sentence, but committed no crime. And bad mistakes, I've made a few. I've had my shoes and kicks in my bed, but I've come through. And I need to go on. We are the champions, my friends, and we'll keep on fighting till the end.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, online opinion editor of the Washington Times, speaker, author, Novak journalism fellow, and media goddess to the Dave Weinbaum Show, Cheryl Chumley. Hi, Cheryl. How are you?
Dave, doing great. Always happy to speak with you.
Thank you. Me too. I'm happy to speak with you. Hey, Governor Cuomo and the New York legislature with their hashtag birthday abortion and celebration afterwards, are they instigating a rash of other states to imitate them?
God, I hope not. I mean, this is horrific. You know, we had the New York bill pass. Thank goodness Republicans in Virginia defeated a similar measure in the state where I live, Virginia. But let's hope other states, especially those led by the far left, don't follow suit. I mean,
well, Rhode Island, just this morning, it's Rhode Island's looking at it now, too.
It's crazy. I mean, the left's just love affair with abortion and failure to recognize the sanctity of life, of human life, of innocent life, is horrific. It really is.
Well, it's not just abortion. It's if you have a failed abortion, then they're saying that it's okay to murder the living baby outside the womb, surviving on its own. Isn't that a red line that's evil?
I just can't understand how even the most partisan of leftists couldn't hate this. I mean, this is just murder. If you can see the baby's head, then my gosh, you got to let the baby live. Otherwise, it's murder. There's no other way to conclude.
I'll be interviewing probably tomorrow a person by the name of Melissa Oden, who is a surviving abortion failure. If she had been under this law, it would have been mandatory to kill her if the doctor and the mother agreed. So she was saved, and it's incredible. She's 41 now. I've interviewed her before. Anyways, on to another subject. Did the president make a mistake by closing the government?
I don't think he made a mistake by standing strong for national security and the promised border wall to his base and the American people. I look at this whole government shutdown thing as the Democrats' failure and complete reluctance to discuss and bargain with this president. You know, President Trump made several concessions on immigration, and the Democrats, led by Nancy Pelosi, just refused to engage in conversation with him.
Well, now that the government is open, guess what? Nancy Pelosi is still refusing anything on the wall. So it's all them or nothing. So what should the president do if there's no wall agreement?
Now we're leading down the path toward executive action, which is something that I really, really detest. I don't like presidents taking executive action and bypassing Congress to get their agendas done. Much as I think that national security and a border wall is necessary in this country, I'm not there yet at hoping that this president bypasses Congress and orders a wall built.
You're not there that he should bypass Congress yet? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not there. I'm not of the mind yet that President Trump should order a wall built without the approval of Congress. I'm just not there yet.
In my opinion, if he doesn't do that at this point, he's a one-term president. In my opinion. What's yours?
Well, in my opinion, if he doesn't get the wall built, then I happen to agree with you. I think his base is going to be ticked off. And yet, I'm not there that it justifies him taking unilateral action. I just don't like that, Dave. I don't like the president, any president, behaving as if he were a king.
I would agree with you, but under these circumstances, do you know they found enough fentanyl just yesterday that would kill 57 million Americans? Is this not an emergency? Is this not an invasion of our country?
Yeah, I mean, it's true. I agree with you, Dave. Right now, I just wish that more pressure could be exerted on Nancy Pelosi somehow to turn her strong stance against building a border wall, to at least discuss the possibilities.
I don't think. I mean, at this point, there's no way. You know that. Come on. You're smart enough. You know that's not going to happen. There's just nothing they can do with her at all.
It's true.
You know, the Manafort and Roger Stone situation and how they were arrested, which was very dramatic. We took out bin Laden with a third of the force they used to arrest these two old men. And what's going on there?
Yeah, I chuckle a little bit at your analogy, but honestly, this is no joke. Americans ought to fear the fact that the FBI, the federal law enforcement arm, is quite okay with stormtrooping into an innocent Americans home, because in this country we have innocence until proven guilty by a jury of peers or in a court of law. And so Roger Stone, of course, is still innocent. And yet they stormtroop with guns drawn and so forth and screaming, police open up so neighbors can hear. And then they turn around and let him give a press conference an hour later. It just reeks of politicizing the federal law enforcement, and Americans ought to be very concerned about this.
They ought to be very concerned about Ray, the new FBI director assigned by President Trump. I mean, what the hell is he doing? Is he not in control of the FBI?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I would love to be able to...
Do you think things will change when Barr takes over?
I would love to be able to give you some behind-scenes info on what's going on there, but I just don't know. I think I'm as puzzled as you are.
All right. Well, anyways, one other thing. A lot of the charges against these two guys are lying to Congress. Well, who else lied to Congress that we know of who hasn't been indicted? I mean, can you make a list long enough? Who's going to go after them?
Yeah, like where's Eric Holder or James Comey
Brennan and Hillary and Hillary's lawyer and Abedin and all that. Come on.
Yeah.
I mean, do they really think we're that stupid? Well, don't answer that. They do.
It's bogus. That's a bogus charge. We all know that.
Hey, Cheryl, other than my website, which is daveweinbaum.net, where can people find you?
At CherylChumley.com or, well, of course, Washington Times.
Schultz, Howard Schultz, running for president now as an independent. He has a book from the ground up. Shouldn't that be Howard Schultz from the grounds up? I don't know. And if he loses, will he be known as a has-been? Oh, God.
Ouch.
That was from Greg Gutfeld yesterday, so I got to admit that.
Got it.
Thank you so much. When are you going to appear again on Fox? You were on Martha McCallum last week. When's the next time?
I would say in the next week or so. Stay tuned, and I'll let you know.
Please, because I'll spread it around. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Cheryl Chumley,
all right, Dave.
The smartest woman in Washington, D.C. Thank you.
Have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye. Now that I think of it, saying that she's the smartest woman in D.C. was not a compliment. I meant it as a compliment.
Well, yeah, I know.
I want you to know I did another historic thing by accident, but I did it. I invented a new word. You know what that word is, honey?
Harassed.
Arrested.
Arrested.
Close.
Like harassed
you were
and arrested at the same time?
Arrested.
So is that
so you're harassed and arrested at the same time?
Yeah.
They were not just arrested; they were arrested.
Ah.
See, I think that should be another word.
That's kind of like when you're in a bad mood because you're hungry and it's hangry.
Hangry. Yeah. There you go. Then they were both Manafort and Stone were arrested. And did you know that CNN all of a sudden? CNN was live on the scene. So CNN was informed by the FBI, the Justice Department, to go cover this embarrassing moment for this guy. Mm-hmm. I mean, what a fix. Man, they're going to have a revolution on their hands pretty soon. They don't stop screwing around.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what the hell is Ray? Why isn't Ray before the Senate right now testifying? Of course, the House would never call him because it's run by Democrats now.
Right.
But the Senate is still in the Republican hands. And they have intel committees as well. Why isn't it his butt brought up before that committee right now, testifying as to why the FBI acted like they did with Stone, and why aren't they doing the same to Hillary and to Lynch and to McCabe and Comey and all those other people?
And what I don't understand is, I thought Trump was in charge.
Well, he's the
What's
president.
up with that?
He's the president. He has
nothing to say about what they do.
He's saying stuff about what they do, but he can't just go in there. It's like Cheryl says. This government was set up. This crazy government of ours was set up to where there was 3 equal branches. So he can't just do things. All right, now.
But they're under
Did you hear
him.
Cheryl talk about how she didn't want the president to have to call an emergency? I mean, there's a certain point. Yeah, I understand her point entirely. You don't want a president to go like Barack Obama and have all these executive orders.
Well, but you've got your three parts of government. The executive branch, which is him, and aren't they under him? Because they're not under the judiciary.
Well,
or the Congress
who
or the
under
House.
him?
FBI.
Yeah.
So he's in charge of them.
You want him to be go and get involved with a special prosecutor and tell him you can't do that? That could be called obstruction of justice.
Yeah.
They got a special prosecutor now, Stan.
I know.
So it's a whole big
good
thing
he's doing.
All right, listen. We're going to take a break right now, and then we're going to come back. We got one more Sicilian moment. That's not going to happen this moment. Just save it, Stan.
Yeah,
Save the Sicilian moments, for a likely spot. All right, you just can't rush in and bust things up. You got to wait for your time. You got to wait for your moment. Okay, Stan?
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to take a break, and we're going to come back with, I'm going to talk for a little bit, and then Melissa Oden, a surviving abortion failure. Right there. Not that she's a failure, but the abortion, thank God, was a failure. All right, call the show, 573-364-4433. Get it off your chest.
Price Chopper in Rolla for the best quality products and the freshest produce in the area. With a full-service deli, bakery, and butcher cafe, you can feed the whole family with ease. Cold cuts to sushi, barbecue, and a huge salad bar. Kick back and relax, and enjoy your lunch in our dining room, located in Forum Plaza on Forum Drive in Rolla. Don't forget to sign up for a rewards program and save money on groceries today. For orders and catering, give them a call today at 573-364-1771. Open 7 days a week, 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. Price Chopper in Rolla.
When it comes to making travel plans, Trips and More Travel Agency of Rolla has skilled agents to help you plan that perfect getaway. With over 27 years of combined experience, the agents are dedicated to providing you the highest quality of customer service, specializing in custom travel, family vacation, and destination weddings. Trips and More can make your vacation unique and fun. Stop in today at 116 West 8th Street in Rolla or call 341-3300. That's 341-3300.
Moving, let's talk about Salem, Missouri, and what we have to offer. We are located in the center of Missouri, center of the USA, with a great school system, college, beautiful country club. Rivers within 1 hour drive include Jack's Fork, Piney, Gasconade, Merrimack, and 2 state parks. If you're looking to enjoy life with recreation or just enjoy life, call VIP Properties, Pat Tackett, broker, 103 East 4th Street, Salem, Missouri, 573-729-7622.
When it comes to investing, here's something to think about. First, are you satisfied with results? Has your advisor taken the time to learn your investment objectives and devised a plan for achieving them? If you answered no to any of those questions, it's time to call St. Louis money manager Lindbergh Capital Management at 314-416-0055. You'll quickly see the difference. They take the time to get to know you, learn your goals, and what's appropriate for you. Call Lindbergh Capital Management today at 314-416-0055.
Warning, this is Microsoft. Your computer has been hacked, and you need to call the number displayed immediately.
Warning, do not call that number. This is a scam. Call A1 Tech of Rolla, LLC at 573-458-9175. If you have given these people access to your computer, or worse, your money, your computer is now compromised. A1 Tech is available both mobile and on-site to take care of all your tech needs, and was recently voted the best computer repair service in Phelps County. Call 573-458-9175.
Follow me at DaveWeinbaum.net, at The Dave Weinbaum on Twitter, and streaming live on the Dave Weinbaum Show Facebook page.
Where was the majority? Where was John Bader? Where was Paul Ryan?
That's exactly right. I mean, Paul Ryan they were running circles around these guys. The Democrats are so good at what they do, and the Republicans just can't keep up. And Nancy Pelosi was doing this. Can you imagine what she's going to do now that she's in the majority?
But, Luke, what do you think he knows that they didn't want out?
Whatever it is.
Potentially. So they were able to get into their computers of 40 Democratic congressmen unsuspectingly, and Debbie Wasserman Schultz brought them in, and he would service their computers.
He had access to everything that was on those computers. He had ties to foreign governments. It's frightening stuff. And I'm out there following the clues. I'm running around D.C., picking through people's trash cans at 3 in the morning, piecing together clues. I've got like shredded financial documents that are like soaking in the, the trash, the juice that's at the bottom of a trash can, putting it together like the most disgusting puzzle you ever saw, really doing good old-fashioned government accountability work that everyone else is off, Russia. The true story involves Pakistan, and it's worse than any of us ever suspected.
I'm going to tell Laura Loomer about this guy, because that's her type of guy,
Right.
I don't know if you want the same type of person that you are, right, honey?
Do opposites attract, or do you like to have the same person like you are?
I don't know. Are you like me, honey? Now she's going crazy.
Not like you.
She's knocking stuff off. Look at her. The ears are. Her headset is down. See, there you go. There you go. And she puts too much ice in my water.
Oh my God!
You should complain.
Oh, gosh, I'm complaining.
Oh,
All right.
he complains all right.
I do. All right. I have a show here, if you don't mind. I know I started it, but now I'm going to finish it. See, I'll have to keep arguing because I got a show.
I'm
going to
go get you some ice for your water.
No, I don't. I don't think you will. I think you'll just poison it. All right, Kamala Harris running for president on Medicare for all. That's killing off 150 million insurance policies for the rest of America. She wants the government to cover it all. Okay? Hi there. Welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Dave. Jim from Raleigh.
Hiya, Jim. Hey, I got an interview in 3 minutes, so no long jokes.
I'm not going to tell you any jokes.
Okay, now. Well, then why are you calling if you don't have a joke?
Well, okay. I'll make it quick.
Okay.
This really happened to me a week ago Tuesday. Got a phone call. Guy says, Mr. Lewis, yes? Says, I see where you applied for looking for work. I said, what? I'm 70, man. I'm retired. I'm not looking for a job. Well, we got all kinds of jobs here. Anyway, he wouldn't let me go. So finally, he said, what would you like to do? We'll get you a job. I said, okay. I want to be president of a bank. He hung up on me. You believe that?
I can't believe that. I can't believe that. I don't really. I've never met you, but I would trust you with everything I have. Not.
Hey, Laura, I loved your interview with her.
Oh, wasn't that something?
Wonderful.
Yeah. How about all my interviews have been good today, and then they're gonna. This next one.
I've heard them.
Yeah,
I heard them, but I'm kind of prejudiced. I like her a lot.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
She's
really
she's special. She really is, and she is ostracized by the mainstream media, even Fox. They use her stuff but won't give her credit. So
that's sad. I don't understand that.
No, me neither.
Hey, Dave, thanks for taking my call.
Thanks, Jim. Always appreciate it. Thank you for being brief. So if you're being brief, he could also make underwear, men's underwears, right? Yeah. Brief. Yeah. He can make briefs. He can make brief jokes about briefs.
Hey, there you go.
There you go. All right, we're almost to the next caller. Probably will be Melissa Oden, and looking forward to talking to her again. But Kamala Harris is backing down. I mean, people don't want to lose all their insurance based on the last fiasco that happened, where they were promised they could keep their insurance, and that it would be much cheaper. It was a lie. I mean, these guys and the taxes they want to, the Cortez 70% tax, Ilhan Omar, anti-American, anti-Israeli, anti-Christian, anti-Semitic, wants us to start at 90%. Mm-hmm. You idiots in Minnesota elected this woman, okay, and some of you were Jews. How stupid can you be? Yeah. Do I have any listeners in Minnesota? Yeah, call the show and tell me what an idiot I am. 573-364-4433.
Well, that friend of mine, Dan Byington, he was telling me, he says, well, if California wanted to let all those illegals in and give them rights and health care, they should cut the federal funding to California and see how long that lasts. And it says in America, if California wants to have 12 rescue pets, they need to pay for 12 rescue pets, just like you or I would have to.
Sure. Yeah, well, the president signed into law a tax bill But people can't use the local taxes to reduce their federal taxes.
Right.
Well, because these people spend and tax so much.
Yes.
That's a financial burden on some of these liberal states, and people like in California and New York State. Maryland, they're all moving out of there, going to places like Florida and Texas.
Well, and they say
even Morning Joe moved.
Yeah,
he moved to Florida, and he tried to hide it. Why did he move? Well, what do you think?
He wanted to be near Rush.
Yes, he wanted to be near Rush. No, he wanted to save taxes.
Yeah, and he said it's not racism, it's classism. The working class is tired of the ultra-rich and the entitled class of people benefiting from the working class. So,
all right, I think this is my
I wanted to
call
get all
here.
that out, yeah.
All right.
All right, here we go.
Hi there, welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
It's Melissa.
Hi, Melissa. Hey, let me introduce
Did I call
you.
the wrong number?
No, this is Dave. This is Dave Weinbaum. You called my show. You did a perfect job, and you're on time.
Okay.
How's that? And by the way, I had your number. And I don't know why. I thought I entered Melissa, but then I looked for it again this morning after you emailed me your number. And okay, sorry for making you do that, but I'm not the brightest person in the world, am I, honey?
No comment.
No comment. Of course not. She knows what's good for her. All right. Hey, Melissa, let me introduce you in case we have a few people didn't listen to the last time. A woman who survived an abortion. Let me say that again. A woman who survived an abortion. An MBA in social work. A wife, a mom. And it's very important for me to say wife and mom. Motivational speaker and pro-life advocate to the Dave Weinbaum Show. You see, you just got an appointment. Melissa Oden. Hi, Melissa. How are you?
Good morning.
Good
Missouri
morning.
Resident. I mean, come on, right?
I'm sorry, what? What did you say?
And a Missouri resident.
You're a Missouri. I thought you were in Iowa.
No.
Oh, wait, 881. Yeah, okay. You're in Kansas City, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, great. Well, you're just a couple miles down the road or up the road. Yeah. Hey, briefly, can you remind my audience about your birth?
Yeah. So it's in the news a lot this last couple of weeks, right?
Well,
and,
yeah.
Yeah. And, the reality is when people try to introduce legislation about third trimester abortions, allude to infanticide, they're actually talking about people like me.
Yes.
I survived a saline abortion 41 years ago, and, I fit really most statistics when it comes to abortion still today. My birth mother was 19. She was a college student. The abortion was something that was forced upon her. And, sadly, not only was that abortion meant to end my life, but even after I was delivered alive accidentally, I still had to fight for my life. There was argument about whether medical care would be provided to me. And ultimately, I was really one of the lucky ones. There were nurses on staff at that hospital who were unwilling to just leave me there to die and rushed me out to the NICU. So medical care would be provided that ultimately sustained my life.
And you were not in good shape because they tried to poison you. Is that right? In terms of aborting you, and you were struggling, weren't you?
Yeah, that saline infusion abortion usually lasted about 72 hours. The child would be poisoned to death, and that toxic salt solution of the saline abortion would actually peel away the top layers of skin, scalding the child. And usually, the procedure lasted a good 3 days. If they were lucky, 24 hours would be the time period in which the child would lose their life. And then they would induce labor, expelling that dead child from the womb. My medical records that I obtained in 2007 actually show that I soaked in that toxic salt solution for 5 days.
Wow. Hey, let's proceed. Governor Cuomo, New York State legislature, and Governor Northam of Virginia, Rhode Island, all these people seem to be all of a sudden going deeper and deeper into the ability to kill babies both on their birthday and abortion survivors like yourself. Your reaction?
It's like the Twilight Zone, to be perfectly honest, Dave. I wake up every day and go, what? what is going on? Like, I thought we were a civilized nation. I thought we'd come so far. But really, I mean, you probably see this the same way that I do, right? They're all
sure.
scared individuals about
what are they scared of?
At the Supreme Court, right? They're scared of what kind of decisions are going to be made. I think they're scared of the current administration and President Trump's stance on life. So even though this is difficult and it's disgusting, to be perfectly honest, I think we need to take some hope in the midst of it and say, yeah, you know what? They have good reason to be scared. We're making progress.
Yes, and as a person that's now the vice president of the Pregnancy Resource Center,
congratulations.
In Rolla, Missouri. By the way, they said they nominated me the meeting before, and I'd completely forgotten that they had done this. And then they started voting on me, and I didn't say anything. I just said, "Oh my God, I forgot about this." Right, honey? Is that true?
That is correct.
That's true.
I observed you.
Yes, she observed me doing that. Anyways, and I'm very proud of them. You know, they did the march. Pro-life march, and they got a private audience, or not a public, semi-private audience with Mike Pence. So they did a great job up there. Anyways, the Cuomo has now stated that pro-lifers are not welcome in New York State. And he's also calls out Catholics for their own scandals. Because they're starting to say things about the abortion thing. What do you think of this?
Right, well, you should be excommunicated, right? I'm Catholic.
Yeah.
I had an interesting conversation with my 10-year-old this weekend and said, you know what, I prayed for him today in Mass, but I hope he's sitting somewhere and he's incredibly uncomfortable, because he should be.
I would think so. I posed earlier, I said the governor of Virginia and Cuomo, Lissa Milano, people like this in Hollywood who want their abortions. I says, what God should do? He should put them in some kind of an imaginary situation, even a dream maybe. Put them back in their mother's womb, about the time they're to be born, and let them hear the discussion between the doctor and the woman about how they are planning to either live or kill the baby. All right? And then let them speak out as to what they think about it. And then bring them back to life. Now, probably they wouldn't do the right thing even then. Do you think?
I'm a bit too optimistic because I do believe that if people had the kind of experience that I have, that they would change on abortion, Dave. I really do believe that. That's probably part of why I do the work that I do, right? Because I do believe people are capable of conversion. I think that's probably one of the greatest gifts to come from my experience, is that I'm not too prideful, right, to believe that this happens to someone else. I mean, it's given me this bird's eye view to know how closely abortion impacts all of us. And I think that's probably one of the greatest issues for Governor Cuomo in Northam, right, is that they somehow can't see the forest through the trees, right? This is this very hypothetical situation for them, and they try to keep it very ambiguous, right? If we avoid faces and names and stories, then maybe this is just something that we can have this, very surfacey conversation about. But in reality, these are real people's lives that we're dealing with and we're talking about. And so, that's why I find hope in the midst of this, because we're seeing story after story, right? Not just stories of like mine where people survive abortions, but where people are saying, I gave birth to a 23-weeker. I was given a poor prenatal diagnosis, right? All of these stories of people saying, no, you know what? I know the truth about life, and I'm not going to support your stance.
Yep. They had a Down syndrome man on the show this morning on the Fox and Friends show. His name
I saw that.
Did you see that? Frank Stevens. And he has testified, like you, before Congress. And what he said basically was, I want to change their hearts then their minds, then the law. That's what I got out of it. And, you got to change people's hearts. And you can do that. I'm more aggressive. I'm more condemnatious of this because, to me, they ought to know better. And why can't they emphasize? Because they were once babies. I can't understand why they can't have empathy for the baby itself. I don't get it. So you're a lot more positive than I am, and so you're a better person. Does that make you feel good?
There's been a lot of things said. I mean, there have. I put my 4-year-old to sleep the other night and then cried tears over her head because, honestly, I know I'm not the only one who feels this way, but I look upon what I do and go, I can't believe I have to keep telling people it's not okay to kill babies, right? Ask my children, and they're like, you have to do what? Nobody should have to do that.
Yeah. Golly, if they only knew, huh? And here's the thing about that. Not only would they have killed you, they would have killed your family, your ability to get married, your ability to have children. And for them to have children, how many people have lost whole future families and populations and people that could have cured cancer and things like that. That's the other aspect of this. It's a chain murder is what it is.
It is. And we created we have a demographic winter, right? I mean, if we want to look at it from even a financial standpoint here in the United States, we've ended the lives of 60 million people who would have contributed in some way, shape, or form, not just in their family setting, but to our overall society.
Well, there you go. There you go. So, one more question about the abortion thing. If abortion is not considered murder, then why is it a double homicide when a pregnant woman is killed?
Well, that doesn't count in New York anymore, does it?
Yeah, but I think it's federal law. So, federal law, I believe, trumps state law, doesn't it? And that was no pun intended, by the way, for you Trump supporters out there.
Well, and I think that is an important question. That is part of what I saw in that New York legislation is that it undid those kind of protections when there is a law or when there is a crime committed and an unborn child is included. They worked themselves up against that very same language that protects children. So it's going to be really interesting to see how all of it plays out.
Me and you should be calling out New York and saying, you know what? As long as you can eventually lose the accent, why don't you move here to Missouri? Okay? We'll make it fun for you here in Missouri, right?
They're pouring on in New York.
Where can people find you, Melissa?
My website is melissaoden, OHDEN.com. We've got some stuff up on the Daily Caller this week, up at the Stream. Yeah, just busy working at things.
So you were on the Daily Caller, is that correct?
I was, yeah.
Good for you. All right.
Video today.
Well, you should be on Fox News. Get somebody on Fox News. I should have you on there. I wish I had those kind of connections.
Trying.
All right. Well, all right. I mean, that's a little politically. I'm a little disappointed in Fox News lately. All right. They should be on. Well, don't take this the wrong way. They should be on you like white on rice. Okay. I'm serious. Okay, my fiance is looking at me like, what?
Can you be saying that?
Okay, I prefaced it with, don't take this the wrong way. Melissa, one more question. What do you call a lion? What do you call a lion with no eye?
I have no idea.
Here's what you call a lion with no eye. Lawn. You can tell that one to the kids. How's that?
Thanks. I fell right into that one.
Melissa, God bless you, and thank you so much for coming on the Dave Weinbaum Show and telling your story. All right, let's stay in touch.
We will do. Thank you.
Have a good weekend. Bye-bye.
KKID Salem Rolla.
I mean, every time I talk to this woman, I get chills up my back.
It's great.
And I remember that. I didn't remember that until now because I got chills up my back. And the same thing happened to me the last time I talked to her.
I'd say you were the right choice for a VP then at Pregnancy Resource Center.
Well, I don't know. You know what? I'm good at running meetings. I really am.
Well, there you go.
That's why. That's the whole thing.
And you care.
I care. And I'm usually a pretty good listener, and I can spot good ideas.
What was that saying? They don't care how much you know until they know how much you care.
Or ideas are king; their sources commoners.
Yeah.
So, and if you're running a meeting,
Zig Ziglar, you do Weinbaum.
If you're running the meeting, yeah, well, Zig Ziglar could do Dave Weinbaum, and I could do Zig Ziglar.
Yeah, that's true.
But if you're running meetings, you're sort of assigned to be the king, and you have a choice. Your choice is to just dominate everything, like I do on the show sometimes, right, honey?
Yes, King. Yes, King.
On the other hand, I want a lot of input. I want people to add, and I want to express the things that I don't know that I think are pretty good to know, and I want everybody to know them, including myself. All right, we're going to take a break right now. Don't forget to call the show. Did everyone understand that?
Yeah.
I'm not sure I understood it. All right, call the show, 573-364-4433. Get it off your chest.
Why settle for the forecast when you can control it? Hartley's Climate Control is your locally owned heating, air conditioning, plus so much more company. Hartley's offers residential and commercial sales, service, and installation in the areas of heating and cooling, hearth and home, handyman services, and more to the Rolla, St. James, and surrounding areas. Call 573-368-3163 or visit them online at www.hartleyscc.com. Hartley's Climate Control, community-born, community-raised, community-serving.
If you're in the food business and your walk-in cooler quits, do you think you can call just any heating and refrigeration guy to fix it? Think again. Time is money, and you don't want to have to wait while an air conditioner repairman tries to figure out what's wrong. At Cox Brothers, food equipment repair is who we are. We have the specialized training and know-how to protect your expensive and fragile inventory while we repair your broken equipment. When you need food service repairs, go right to the experts. Cox Brothers Food Equipment Repair in St. James. We'll keep the hot side hot and the cold side cold.
It's been 35 years since Muffler Mart has opened their doors, and now you can come visit them at their new location on Highway 63 South, just across from Phelps County Fairgrounds in Rolla. Marty, Keith, and Carl combined have over 120 years of auto experience. Woo! Their name says Muffler Mart, but they do it all. So the next time you need work on your vehicle, head to the new location of Muffler Mart on Highway 63 South, just across from Phelps County Fairgrounds in Rolla. For appointments, call 364-5434. That's 364-5434.
Hi, this is Sarah Weinbaum, massage therapist at Lavish Day Spa, formerly known as Terra Day Spa. Come visit me at our all-new location on North Bishop next to Steak and Shake. Come take your stress and worries away with our full-service salon and day spa, featuring discounts on Dermalogica and other skincare items offered with a purchase of a facial. New location, same number, 364-0905. Come sail away at Lavish Day Spa in Rolla.
Price Chopper in Rolla for the best quality products and the freshest produce in the area. With a full-service deli, bakery, and butcher cafe, you can feed the whole family with ease. Cold cuts to sushi, barbecue, and a huge salad bar. Kick back and relax, and enjoy your lunch in our dining room, located in Forum Plaza on Forum Drive in Rolla. Don't forget to sign up for a rewards program and save money on groceries today. For orders and catering, give them a call today at 573-364-1771. Open 7 days a week, 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. Price Chopper in Rolla.
Follow me at DaveWeinbaum.net, at The Dave Weinbaum on Twitter, and streaming live on the Dave Weinbaum Show Facebook page.
I speak of the Covington story, in which we realize once again that the media will use anything they can to destroy you. And left unchecked, they won't stop. If it wasn't for other honest eyewitnesses, the press wouldn't have rested until the teens were frog-marched into the La Brea tar pits. They embraced a video from a sketchy source and pushed it out like cheap meth. Instantly, the teens became this week's media-approved evil. And when the media was caught pushing a lie, they blamed everyone but themselves. But thanks to NBC's Savannah Guthrie, we can see media bias in all its glory by comparing her questions of the Covington teen to the ones she asked Native American Nathan Phillips.
All right, we're going to have that on one of our. In fact, why don't we do that instead? I know I told you something else. Do you have the extras?
Yep.
or is that the seventh break? All right, well, we'll wait on that. But you're going to hear the next conversation that Gutfeld has. First, you're going to hear the Covington teen, being interviewed by the same woman that interviews the Native American who was banging the drums, Nathan Phillips, I believe his name was. So when you hear the next break, you're going to hear her question to the teenager from Covington. And I want you to note the difference to how she asked him questions versus what she asked the Indian. It's good to preface this because you might not understand that because I was watching this on television, so sometimes it doesn't transmit. So right now very shortly, we're going to be interviewing Dr. Amy, but I think we need to hear from, what do we got there? Pelosi?
Pelosi, yeah.
Yeah, why don't you play that? Because I want you all to figure out. And I don't want you to forget how they operate and why is Nancy Pelosi not doing what she ought to do? You know, and it's because Democrats. And why don't I believe in the viability of these Catholic Democrats in the abortion situation? They know better than this. They're doing it because of power. They're doing it because of politics. Hit it, please.
You demonize, and then we call it the wrap-up smear. If you want to talk politics, you call it the wrap-up smear. You smear somebody with falsehoods and all the rest, and then you merchandise it. And then you write it, and if they see it's reported in the press that this, and this, so they have that validation that the press reported the smear, and then it's called the wrap-up smear. Now I'm going to merchandise the press's report on the smear that we made. And it's a tactic, and it's self-evident.
So did you catch that? What she says is you start out with something that's a lie, and you throw it out there, and then the press picks up on it, and they write stories about it, and you say, see, it's written in the press, so it must be true. This is exactly what they did with Trump. They demonized him. It was all fake about the Russia collusion. This is what they did with Kavanaugh. It was all fake about these women coming and saying that he did these things.
All right, we're back on the show, and you can see how evil that is. By the way, speaking of Kavanaugh, Christy Blasey, Dr. Christy Blasey, the main witness against Kavanaugh, she has been nominated for Profile in Courage. Isn't that something? And she got herself $1 million fund. I wonder if she returned the money or how she's spending that.
Well, didn't she get sued by Trump and owe him $700,000?
I don't know. You're thinking of what's her name? You're thinking of the pole dancer. Honey, you know her. She worked with you once, didn't she?
I think you're mistaken.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you did. I don't know.
Yeah.
Stormy
Daniels.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You're right. I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Sorry to get you mixed up, honey. I heard rumors. Anyways, this gal was nominated for a Profile in Courage. What? To go smear a potential Supreme Court justice.
Yeah.
Because it's pretty obvious at this point they had nothing, and they made it up. Okay?
Well, all of them did.
And why is this? They're lying before Congress.
Well,
these are Congress people that are lying before Congress.
Pelosi just said.
That's right. That's right. So this is all politics, and we should be sick and tired of it and really pissed off.
Yeah.
Call the show, 573-364-4433. Get it off your chest.
They wanted to go even further than that. We got Gorka talking about socialism.
Yeah, go ahead, hit it.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
Sean, my parents crawled across a minefield to escape the kind of system that Ocasio-Cortez wishes to create in America. I think it's very telling that she has these latent totalitarian tendencies whereby she thinks the people's will in Venezuela should be ignored and Maduro's regime should be recognized. Can you imagine, Sean, if in the last 6 days the media had paid as much attention to Venezuela as they did to the fake news about the Catholic Covington schoolboys being racists, if they'd actually told the truth about Venezuela, nobody in America would wish what this woman wishes to put upon us. 40 countries have tried this system. It has all failed. Redistribution of wealth means you have to take it from somebody else first. Socialism is inherently dictatorial, and this woman, Ocasio-Cortez, wishes to see that in America.
How did that jerk get on my show, by the way?
Well, he called the other day, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. And I don't understand. All right, I must have made a mistake. No, actually, you know what? I put him on there because he's got good material.
Yeah.
Why he hates me is a mystery. Because I'm a smartass, okay? Come on. You know that. You know I don't mean anything like, nastiness, but he called me on the same leg.
Well, he just doesn't know how good of a relationship you have with the Sicilian.
Yeah. Yeah, you should. Let's find out about how tough you are now, big guy.
Unseemly.
If there are no dogs in heaven, you know you're in hell. Forget about it. And your bark might be better as smaller than your bite in hell. Because you're going to be biting a lot of people there because they're going to be coming after you with torches and things. They're going to try to burn your butt. You better fix your bite. Take care of your teeth. Go to Forum Dental. How's that for?
What a plug.
Wait, you say a plug to Sicilian, come on. You can't be saying, don't plug that guy.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
No, you don't want to talk about plugging people. Unless the commission okays it.
Yeah.
You don't talk about plug. That's why they never talk about plumbing in these meetings, you see?
Yeah.
You get that?
I get it. And they could get in a bad mood, too, and you never know.
Oh, that's right.
Starting this year, Toyota and Lexus luxury models will come with Amazon Alexa.
Alexa, turn on the AC.
Turning on AC.
Finally, a virtual assistant to help you navigate.
Alexa, where's the nearest gas station?
Nearest gas station in 1.5 miles.
And to help maintain your vehicle.
Alexa, order more brake pads.
Ordering new brake pads. Although maybe if you didn't stop so close to the car in front of you.
I left plenty of room.
You drive too aggressively.
If you were just quiet for 2 seconds.
She'll talk to you literally the entire time you're driving.
I think you should have turned back there.
I know where I'm going!
Hi. You know why I pulled you over?
No, officer, I have...
Because we were driving 72 miles per hour in a 45-mile-per-hour zone.
Anything else I should know?
2 miles back, we rolled through a stop sign without coming to a complete stop. Also, there are illegal fireworks in the trunk.
Sir, I'm going to need you to step out of the car, please.
Amazon Alexa. You'll never get away from her.
I don't have an Amazon Alexa. I've got a... I've got a Strauss Elisa who tortures me when I drive.
I don't tell on you.
Oh, I'll tell you what.
I don't tell on you.
I tell you what. I'll be driving and she look over there. And it's like I'm scared. I think I'm gonna hit something.
Or a rocket's coming to hit your
vehicle.
My
God! And it's nothing. It's like a cow in the field. Look over there.
Those are good to look at.
Yeah, good to look at for you, nice but not when I'm driving. You know what a considerably safe driver I am, for goodness sake. All right, we need to hear. No, I'm on to the next thing now. You're too late. We need to talk to Dr. Amy, don't we? Or do we need a break? Let's talk to Dr. Amy first. Hit it.
Now, if you feel that you can't go on, because all of your hope is gone, and your life is filled with much confusion, until happiness is just an illusion, and your world around is crumbling down, darling, reach out. Come on, girl, reach out for me. Reach out for me. Ha!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, bad boss expert, Pixie Pacer, sold butcher knives from her car trunk, singer, motivational speaker, author, and official shrink to the Dave Weinbaum Show and Stan, Dr. Amy Cooper Hakeem. Hi, Dr. Amy. How are you?
Doing well, thanks. How are you?
I'm good. Hey, why is it important to disengage from technology? How much is too much?
Well, that's a personal preference. I think that we need to recognize what we need to do in order to feel connected and how we feel when we are connected. Sometimes people are so consumed with technology that they forget to deal with the people who are truly right in front of their faces. Sometimes they're more interested in taking a picture of what they're eating than enjoying the conversation with the person who's right across from them. And so it really is an issue of boundaries and of real relationships. And so I think that while technology can help us to stay connected and to have quicker and faster responses with people, it's important to make sure that we maintain personal and human communication and human touch as compared to just relying on the electronics.
How should people get prepared and organized in their daily chores? Do you write lists, check them off?
I love lists. I love them. I actually have both paper and electronic lists. I think that it really helps to keep things organized. Actually, I spend a good 30 minutes once a week preparing for my next week. Oh. And I itemize the items that I need to complete and the priority of those items. So that way I can make sure that I have the time in my schedule to get all of those tasks done. But I also schedule in time for fun. I'll schedule in coffee dates or time out with my husband, and I make sure to incorporate that. Because if we don't enjoy, then all we're doing is working. And then that gets very mundane.
Do you guys check schedules and check your list against each other so you can have the same time together?
A lot is not particularly a list person. He has a mental list. so we don't necessarily. I'm that one in the relationship.
So you got to he's got to go on your time, or what happens?
Well, he knows.
All right. Hey, how important is it for a leader to seek out quiet but intelligent people who are in his meeting and get them to cough up what their ideas are?
Oh, I think that's very important. We need to encourage even the introverts to share within a public setting when appropriate, or if they're not comfortable, say, sharing an idea at a meeting, perhaps they want to share that idea one-on-one with the boss, and then the boss can then present that information in the group setting. Sometimes we, unfortunately, focus more so on the people who make the loudest noise than on the people who have the best message. And so when a leader is able to recognize the skills of somebody on the team and then actually encourage and pull that information out in whatever format is appropriate, then that can actually help to move them to a different place.
Here's my thought on this, and this is one of my quotes. Ideas are king, their sources commoners. And I think we have to honor that. And find people, because sometimes we don't, the most talkative person, as you say, is not necessarily the person with the best idea.
Sure, and sometimes the people who really talk like to hear themselves, and they're not willing to listen. And so we need to have people stop and take a break, sometimes even offering a brainstorming exercise where everyone has a chance before responding to jot down some key ideas, and then even on their own paper, and then they're able to go around the room and share what they've come up with. That's an easy way to break the ice and allow people who may not often have a chance to speak the strength and the opportunity to do so.
Now this one isn't as easy. Who said this? Speaking for me, my team, and my audience, you're a very entertaining, mentally astute professional with good advice for everyone and a great personality with a wonderful sense of humor. Who said that?
You did, and that made my night.
And who was I talking about? Who was I talking about?
About me.
Absolutely, and I mean that. I was just discussing here with Jesse, the producers, how do you talk about bad bosses for 2.5 years, and you're talking to a liberal on a conservative talk show. And I think we've gotten along fairly well, don't you?
I am not liberal in all of my thinking, but yes, we do get along very well. I really try my best to maintain that neutral political stance, especially.
And I do too. I slip up every once in a while, but I do too. Hey, besides DaveWeinbaum.net, where you're prominently displayed, where can people find you?
You can find me on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram at Amy Cooper Hakeem. I have a blog on psychologytoday.com. My book is Working with Difficult People, and that's anywhere books are sold. And also my website is cooperstrategicgroup.com and amycooperhakeem.com.
Dr. Amy, my psychiatrist told me I was just slightly crazy. It was a huge improvement. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Amy Cooper Hakeem, Heidi Elad, and the kids.
You got it. Thank you. Have a great day.
Bye-bye, Amy.
Bye.
See you. Yeah, like my psychiatrist, this time she told me, you know what, I've got a sale today. You're only half nuts. There you go. Isn't she a hoot? Now, my fiance is not reacting with laughter, but she has an announcement to make. Da-da-da-da. Do we give her a little drum roll?
No.
Okay, hit it.
Well, if you're looking for a conceal and carry class, the City of Light and Life Ministries will be holding one Saturday, February 23rd from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. And you can contact Pastor Pat Maxwell for more information. Phone number 573-265-1253. And we've also posted on the Dave Weinbaum Show website page.
She's a friend of the show, and she contributes a lot. In fact, she's the person that introduced me to the rabbi.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I go speak at her church once in a while. And they don't, they haven't thrown me out yet. They've thrown things at me, but, mostly gifts and stuff and food.
Yeah, I think they like you.
I think they kind of like me.
Hints, also hints, right?
There's some there,
it's just, I could run you down the Romans Road sometime if you ever want to.
No,
just let me
we're
know.
not. I'm not going there.
Okay.
I mean, it's a little. No.
It's up to you.
I'm a Jew, and I'm staying a Jew.
Well, you just do that.
I'm not a observant Jew, but I'm friendly with observant Jews, and we seem to get along okay. We seem to have the same concepts. I just wasn't brought up that way. So
yeah.
What can I tell you?
Hey, we love you just the same, man.
I don't know if that's such a good thing. What do you mean you love me just the same? As if I had this deficit.
Either way, we love you.
That's very kind. I love you the way you are. How's that?
That's what I meant.
How's that, you bastard? Take that. Is that the way that I don't like the way that comes off.
You complained about another curse word earlier in the show, and now look at you.
Bastard is a curse word?
It's about the same as shit.
I don't think it is. No, don't. What? You didn't say that, did you?
I had a mama and a daddy. Thank you.
Yeah, but we just don't know who your daddy was. In fact,
who's your daddy?
Who's your daddy? That's you're from Indiana, right? You had a paternity case. It was who's your daddy?
Who's your daddy?
Who's your daddy? There you go. All right, we're back on the show. Call 573-364-4433. Get it off your chest.
When it comes to title insurance, you have a choice. With over 37 years of combined experience in the title insurance industry, the staff at Premier Title Group is ready to help you with all your real estate transactions in Phelps, Crawford, Dent, Marys, Pulaski, and Texas counties. With unmatched customer service and one of the friendliest staffs in the area, you will find that at Premier Title Group, we truly live up to our motto, providing you with a premier experience during your real estate transaction. Tell your realtor and lender that you choose Premier Title Group. May God bless our troops and our emergency responders.
From apples to Xboxes, we fix it all. Call us today, A1 Tech. More than just computer repair. We'll fix your laptop, your desktop, and so much more. On site, on mobile, from apples to Xboxes, we fix it all. Call us today, A1 Tech.
Call A1 Tech right now at 573-458-9175.
Go ahead, treat yourself to a new Chevy from Fairground Auto Plaza in Rolla. Right now, get $10,250 in total value on a new 2018 Silverado Crew Cab LT All-Star 4-wheel drive or 0% APR for 72 months. Chevy, more reliable than Honda, Toyota, and Ford. Strong, capable, and built to stand the test of time. Stop in for full details at Fairground Auto Plaza in Rolla, 100 Fairgrounds Road. Chevy, find new roads.
The Akar Real Estate sign in the yard is your first step to sold. Whether buying or selling, put the best team of realtors to work for you. Akar Real Estate is the top-selling real estate agency in 4 counties. They work diligently to make your real estate transactions happen. Independently owned and operated for over 12 years by Delek Akar, broker-owner. When you want results that move you, call the professionals at Akar Real Estate at 368-SELL. That's Akar Real Estate at 368-7355.
Sales results obtained from Maris Incorporated.
Follow me at daveweinbaum.net, at the Dave Weinbaum on Twitter, and streaming live on the Dave Weinbaum Show Facebook page.
Do you owe anybody an apology? Do you see your own fault in any way? First question, how are you doing? Do you think it was a good idea to start chanting back at the protesters? Has been a whirlwind few days for you. You find yourself on the front page of every newspaper. How are you doing and how are you feeling? Did anyone say, build the wall? You've certainly been through a lot in these last few days. What some people see is a young kid with a smirk on his face. Do you think he should have apologized? Do you think if you weren't wearing that hat, this might not have happened? Have you feared for your safety since all of this has happened? There's something aggressive about standing there, standing your ground.
Think about that. This was first she talked to the kid, and then she asked a question of the Native American, Nathan Phillips, who lied like a rug about everything, who has been found to be a liar in just about all his escapades. And this high school kid, 15, 16-year-old, who's just stood his ground.
Yeah.
Do you think it's bad to stand your ground? Well, screw you. Of course it's not bad to stand your ground. What's he supposed to do, run away like a little child? You want to teach your kids that? Run away? All right? And then she says to the Native American, oh, was your life threatened? No, his life wasn't threatened. It was those kids that had their life threatened by idiots like you in the media, like idiots like you in politics. These kids didn't do anything wrong. They were wearing MAGA hats. And by the way, I just made a deal to buy some MAGA hats, and I'm going to give them away on the show.
All right.
All right? So, you had a guy out there who got a San Francisco restaurant.
Yep.
Supposedly a nice place. And he puts a sign up saying that if you wear a MAGA hat, Make America Great Again hat, words that have been used by other presidents, by the way, I believe Bill Clinton or Barack Obama, you will not be served in my restaurant. And Brandon Straka, who was the
walk
away guy, he says, well, here's what you do. What you do is you don't wear your hats when you come in, and then you order your food and then put your hats on.
Yeah, maybe they'll kick you out before you have to pay the bill.
I had a better idea.
What's that?
You know, if you put your hats on and that food's still back there, I don't think it's a good idea. I say what happens is you wait till they deliver your food and put the hats back on.
Yeah.
Then they got to waste the food.
Yeah.
How are they going to charge you?
Yeah.
You know, he took the sign down. Maybe he got some sense knocked into him.
Probably the locals that stopped coming in there caused him to take the dang sign down.
This is the new
norm.
The new norm for Democrats.
Yeah.
All right. It's to take a symbol of Trump or America or anything that's good and say this is racist.
Yeah.
You know, this is that. And I mean, you do take your risk. It's up to you. You know, it's like wearing a yarmulke and you're walking in Brussels, almost anywhere, in France and Europe. You take your life into your hands.
Right.
So, all right, what do you got there?
Seinfeld.
All right, you know what? let's hear, you got these caravans coming. You got another huge caravan coming. They just found enough fentanyl coming over the border to kill 57 million Americans. And I'm sorry, Cheryl Trumley, but I think it's time that we did call an emergency. What are we going to do if they drop a nuke somewhere? Are you going to wait around for Congress? Hell no. You're going to have to. That's his job, is to protect the country. That's his main function, is to keep us safe.
Well, a lot of his tweets lately have said, we're building the wall.
Well, he says we're in the process of building the wall.
Well, didn't he have a $1.8 billion?
Yeah, $1.8 billion, but he wants 5.7. If I was him, you know what? I'd go up to 15 billion, that is, and do the job and do it thoroughly.
Absolutely.
Screw it. It's his prerogative to do so. Yep. He is the president of the United States. That is his main duty, is to protect America.
Absolutely.
Hit it.
I am for open immigration, but that sign we have in the front of the Statue of Liberty, give us your tired, your poor, your huddled masses. Can't we just say, hey, the door's open, we'll take whoever you got? Do we have to specify the wretched refuse? I mean, why don't we just say, give us the unhappy, the sad, the slow, the ugly, people that can't drive, if they have trouble merging, if they can't stay in their lane, if they don't signal, can't parallel park, if they're sneezing, if they're stuffed up, if they're clogs, if they have bad penmanship, don't return calls, if they have dandruff, food between their teeth, if they have bad credit, if they have no credit, Mr. Spot Shaving. In other words, any dysfunctional, defective slob that you can somehow cattle prod onto a wagon, send them over. We want it.
All right, we're back on the show, and that was Jerry Seinfeld. I don't know if today you could, if he would say that, he might get booed.
Probably.
What do you got against immigrants? What's the matter with you, Jew boy? I could just hear it.
Yeah.
Seinfeld, people like it, we're all from the same area of Russia, where at least we were temporarily housed. And I don't know, who knows? I can't trace it back. I probably could. My granddaughter is taking that test. Did she ever come back with the results, Lisa?
I haven't heard them yet.
Yeah, because
I know she has them by now, because she sent it off days.
I wonder, I got to know, because I was going to take the DNA test and prove that I was, Semitic, and who knows, it could be Eastern European as well. But they all came from, all the funny people came from around the Odessa area, and I think of myself somewhat as a comedian. Aren't I?
Yeah.
Do I qualify for that?
More than I do.
I've done stand-up comedy.
You're standing up now.
I do my show standing up, ladies and gentlemen. It's true. I'm too short to reach the microphone. What do you know about funny? All right, anyways, we're back on the show, and you got 15 minutes, 12 minutes now to call the show unfettered. I don't have any more breaks, do I?
No.
We don't have a lot of bits to do, or do we?
We have one.
We have one. You want to do? We always get requests for this one. So go ahead and hit it.
We do.
Go ahead.
From Weinbaum Records, it's Dave's Hits of 2017. Listen to the unique singing style of your favorite radio host, Dave Weinbaum, as he belts out songs like
"But Snowflake, you can't take it. You've got that hateful feeling. Whoa, that hateful feeling."
Or how about this?
"As you wish me hell, to everyone you could tell that you'd been spying over me, spying over me. Then you spread your views to the mainstream news."
And timeless memories like
"You don't know me. I'm in the federal witness plan. Can't hear you from Doolittle. You don't know me. I might be in Afghanistan."
Dave's Hits of 2017 is not sold in any stores. And if you act fast, you can get Dave's favorite insults absolutely free with your order.
"You schmuck. Kiss my tuchus. Putz. I hear you tried to donate your brain to science, but they were only taking used ones. I don't take the broom out of your hands when you're trying to do your job. I hear you're 1 foot short of a yard sale. There was a lot of testosterone in my marriage. Too bad none of it was mine. I married a trophy wife, but I couldn't afford to mount her. I had 2 feet of snow on my car, so my wife offered me her broom. I said, thanks, but you're going to have to teach me how to fly it first. Got any complaints? Go to hell and wait.
The perfect way to close out the year. Dave's hits of 2017.
That's all, folks.
What do you know from funny, So when Sebastian Gorka dropped me on Twitter and blocked me, and it said you're unseemly. You're a scumball. He didn't say scumball, but unseemly is kind of like that, isn't it?
Well, yeah, irredeemable.
Yeah. Just, yeah, irredeemable. Like I was below him and beneath. Not worthy of his conversation, you see. And so I found his website, and I think I put something like, you know what? It's fine. You can just kiss my tuchus. I did. So
he's probably thinking to himself,
I'm actually shocked.
Who's this?
I'm actually shocked that he did call the show, and
Yeah.
So
we recorded that. You want to hear it again?
Okay. Yeah, I guess so. What the hell? I got welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Sebastian Gorka. Who is this again?
Sebastian Gorka? Are you kidding me?
Yes. Who is this again? I missed your name.
This is Dave Weinbaum. You just called the Dave Weinbaum Show.
Well, a lady named Laura gave me your number and said I should call you sometime.
Okay. Well, we do have a history. You know that, right?
I don't recall, no.
You don't recall? All right. Well, we used to communicate somewhat on Twitter, and I asked you to come on the show. And when I asked you a couple days later, you had a hissy fit. Do you remember that?
You're that Dave Weinbaum. Yeah. I remember you now.
Well, how many Dave Weinbaums do you know?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm an important person. It's hard for me to take time to be on every radio show just because it's conservative.
Well, yes, I understand that, but you've been on my show. I like your material. And you treated me like I was nothing.
Well, it's because you were unseemly to me in that gathering that day.
Well, I was just asking you to be on my show, and you took it the wrong way, apparently. And while you're on the show now, do you want to be on the show?
No, I don't want to be on your show. I don't have time for this dribble.
Oh, well, you know what you can do? You can kiss my tuchus.
Well, goodbye, Mr. Weinbaum.
And goodbye to you. All right, so what if this is this him calling back? Hi there, welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. Is this Gorka?
No, this is Chester from North.
Oh, hi, Chester. How you doing?
I want to give you a Venezuela update.
Oh, please.
Socialism in progress.
Yeah.
They are selling their 29 tons of gold to the United Arab Emirates in return for cash to finance themselves and stay solvent for basic necessities.
Wow.
That is the end.
So I wonder what gold prices are doing. What's the stock market doing, you know?
The stock market's not doing bad for today, but I mean, this is the end of a country. You know,
yes.
When they have to, you've hit, there's nothing left to give away.
Well, yeah.
This is going, there's no money coming in. And you're selling off your last reserves in order to pay for day-to-day operations because there's no toilet paper.
So what do you think? There's going to be a civil war there, and Trump is backing the new guy, Guaido, against Maduro's.
Yeah, who knows what's going to happen? Dow is up 115 points right now.
All right, we'll take that.
4.5.
We'll take that. Of course, we had a job report, over 304,000 jobs. Another huge job report.
Yeah.
Wow.
So not bad. Oh, thanks, Chester, and thank you for calling again. Not even with a contest at stake. How's that?
That's right. Yeah.
All right. Thank you, sir. All right. So Chester informed us of that, and that's good. Hey, last week or so, what the hell happened to global warming? Where did it go? I mean, I thought that wasn't supposed to happen anymore.
I think Trump pissed it off and it left.
Really? So did he piss it off or scare it off? I don't know.
I wonder, Dan says, can we buy some new nice vacation places in Venezuela now?
That maybe that could happen someday. I think maybe there's a Latin America strategy out there.
Yeah.
And I think it includes Nicaragua as well as Venezuela. And I think it includes Cuba. Cuba. All right.
Do they still have Guantanamo Bay there?
Sure they do, yeah.
Guantanamo. Okay. I could say Guantanamo.
Guantanamo?
Okay.
Yes. That's why golfers. That's why Mexican golfers in the cartel are so good at golf. They're always shooting holes in Juan. Hi there. Welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name's Steve. I'm down here in Salem, man. I just listened to that one dude blow you off. You're supposed to be like a rock station doing all this political. People don't really want to hear this.
Well, thanks for your opinion. We appreciate that.
That's all right. I take care. No. No, Stan. That's rude. So you don't listen to the. You don't like politics or what?
Hung up.
Stop it. You hung up?
He hung up. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, I don't care. That's good radio sometimes, Stan.
Oh well, there you go.
I want to talk to people like that. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I know.
Those are the best guys to talk to.
Yeah.
Thanks for calling the show, Steve. Too bad you're too chicken to talk about stuff. Not that I'd ever want to have you call me back again. 573-364-4433. Bring it. You want a piece of me? There you go. How's that? So we're back on the show, and I've got. Let's see. I've got about 15 more things to talk about. But you know what? Hey. This is fun. I'm having a good time. I hope you are too, by the way. And that's the idea, is that we're having fun doing the show, aren't you, honey?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're just sitting there laughing your butt off.
I am excited.
Stan, I know, loves the show. And,
yeah. And for
how about you guys back there? You like the show?
And for Steve, hey, this is something we do at KKID because we feel like people need to hear the other side of the story other than what mainstream media puts out. And this is our way of kind of chipping in on that.
I don't understand. I think Steve just opened the door. I don't know. Is he gonna usher me out? Are there police coming in? I don't know what happened. Hi there, welcome. I'm sorry, Steve.
From the hallway over here.
Oh, okay. Hi there. Welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. I think I'm being chastised right now. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Well, this is JJ again, and I have a rebuttal for the guy that called in. I listen to rock and roll most every day, most all day, and it's really pleasant to hear some politics for a change and to actually hear the right side of some politics. So, hey, keep on rocking.
Well, thanks for the defense, and he's entitled to his opinion, and he can call back and argue what the problem is for 3 hours once a week to listen to a pretty darn good political show with people like JJ.
Well, in a year we've had 3 complaints now, so
yeah.
So.
All right.
They're probably all from the same guy. Well, I'm happy to hear his opinion, even though he's completely wrong.
Well, it's not a right and a wrong thing. It's just that he prefers rock and roll. Okay, I get the message. And in about 4 minutes, that's what he's going to get. 3 minutes?
That's right.
Yeah, so what the hell? All right, sorry you had to.
And I'll be rocking with you.
All right.
Thanks,
see you,
You're the man. You're the man, JJ. For a 250-year-old guy, he's on it. Let me tell you.
I'm telling you. Yeah.
He is just on it. All right.
An old turtle.
What else we got? Do we got the song going to be played, or what else?
Yeah.
The nuke treaty with Russia is going to be suspended because they cheated. The Dems are attacking God. And there's a bill to take him out of the congressional oath. I guess nobody has an answer to what happened to global warming. I don't, it just sort of like disappeared there for a while. Huge Arctic problem for most of us. We got the short end. We got it, but not as bad as places like Chicago. 75 below wind chill. That's cold, baby.
Yeah, it is.
D.C. is pushing for statehood. Ain't going to happen, probably, because it's anti-constitutional, and you need a constitutional amendment, which would take 2/3 of Congress, I believe. Sweden in liberal denial. They are overwhelmed by Syrian immigrants. So the liberal la-la land there, where they have a lot of socialism, except that they have a lot of millionaires there, too, because they are capitalistic in their business dealings. IKEA, wasn't that from Sweden? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you got a lot of rich people there. Okay. Oh, this guy, I think I brought this up. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about that again. The Jesse Smollett guy, the gay black actor who claims he was assaulted by two Trump-loving thugs, white thugs, in downtown Chicago in the middle of a blizzard, in the middle of this cold. But it's BS. I don't, there's no proof, let's put it that way. But everyone, all the liberals out there, including Cortez. So, all right, listen, I want to thank you for listening to the show. I had a lot of great callers today. Thank you to all the callers. Thank you for all my sponsors. You want to sponsor the show, call me, 573-578-2700, all right? Thank you so much. Have a great weekend. I'll be back next week with another edition of the Dave Weinbaum Show.
Kingdom Kia invites you in to experience warranty forever on Highway 63 in Rolla. KKID Salem, Rolla.